We need to do this.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Expedition Dracana. Thank you for your patience. Daniel has been docked 1 fate point. Taylor, we are still waiting to see if he'll be losing
one or more.
Well, yeah.
If Jimothy Christopherson will suffer.
I hope he gets here soon, but also I wouldn't mind seeing a supporting NPC just die because he was tardy.
We could start cutting off toes.
It could
every 10 minutes. Another toe.
It could get
the
bad.
lights and kill an NPC. Turn the lights back on.
Oh no!
Alright. Who wants to
Gravity
take
well.
this thing on?
The gravity will
Fix this thing.
Oh, hello!
Oh, I'm gonna re-roll it.
Oh,
Right back.
I'm re-rolling
Right
it.
back at it. Right back at it. I'm just gonna set that up.
That was
here.
a nat 20 on the gravity well, y'all.
Alright.
I knew it.
A nat
Well done.
Seriously?
Thank you.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it happen.
No deaths tonight.
I mean, it was definitely one of those like the kids in the Heroes Guild do, where they were like,
I mean, I was.
they're like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had some sleight of hand check fails rampant today at my table.
Yeah.
There would be like, roll, turn as they look straight at me.
What?
And
Are
I'm
you
like,
watching?
yes, I'm looking straight back at you!
But do they notice?
Teach your children how to roll dice.
I admitted this already, but on Wednesday I was the one dropping dice all over the floor at the Heroes Guild.
Yeah.
Cheap,
There was a
cheap,
moment
cheap,
that
cheap,
dice
cheap.
started falling on the floor, and I was like, it seemed like it came from the ceiling. And then I turned around, tons of more dice start falling on the ground, and I was like, where is this happening? And then I realized it was from my bag.
Yeah.
These kids are terrible, and it wasn't the kids.
I mean, I love just like the way that they'll oftentimes roll like it's a craps table. Just like,
Yeah. they put their whole body behind it, for sure.
it's like, what did you
I like the
expect to
energy there.
happen? Yeah.
I like the energy there.
Yeah, we started the 3rd season of the Heroes Guild two weeks ago. We're running at the Shelby Community Center. We have I think 45 kids signed up or something like that.
Dang.
Maybe 46. I don't know. It's
That's a ton.
crazy. We have 8 tables, 4 5th edition tables, 4 Heroes Guild RPG tables, and pretty much they're all full at 6 kids or close.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And for the first time in the 3 years since it started, a kid GMs.
Yeah, well, that table is being run by Daniel and Cody, and in their absence, then there will be a kid GM, but we've got that table covered for now, so...
Cool.
Okay, so I can't make it.
Pretty wild prospect though, isn't it?
Yeah, that is sweet.
Yeah, totally.
Anything can happen at that point.
And that is partly why we did not have game last week, is because we were just in a totally mad scramble to get... Was it last week or the week before?
Yeah,
whatever.
last week.
To get everything together for that. Keith and I building the Heroes Guild RPG system, our third edition of it, which is awesome. I'm so excited about how it's working so far. So yeah, I needed the week off because I had done too much gaming and building things.
Needed a break.
Too much gaming.
Needed a break, but now we return, and our characters have just basically ended a chase scene, although there were still a couple combatants that are up here with them. They were being chased by a war band of orcs that were on horseback, and some of them on these crazy like war trained boars. And
Some of them on fire.
yeah, on fire via ashes evocations.
Raged.
And they raced up the mountain, past obstacles, owl bears, raging rivers, precarious switchbacks, crumbling bridges, and made their way into this keep, which they knew to be somewhat ruined, but figured that it would be a defensible position if they had to fight off the orcs. They came in, arrived. These couple of orcs followed them, which, as far as I could tell from watching the stream and from my memory of missing the game for a couple weeks, is an orc on one of these boar riders on the boar back, another boar, which is frightened of goats particularly, and then an orc riding in the back of one of these wagons. So you guys are all crammed into the bailey here of this keep, and you are getting a eerie feeling as the hair is like standing up on the back of your neck, and it is cold and it is snowy as you would expect here, but this cold is penetrating even deeper.
Spell of greater coldness.
Yep.
Extra cold.
As out from this collapsed portion of this building here, from this wall,
Shit, just getting right into it.
appears
Okay, whoa.
Oh boy.
Whoa now.
floating out, incorporeal, the form. Actually, it's coming up through the ground and kind of up to this level. Is what I'm gonna say. Yeah, it raises up to there, and it appears to be a specter of some sort. It's got this kind of eerie green coloration to it, and as far as you can tell, it is the ghost of a person, a human, perhaps someone who defended this keep, a lieutenant, or maybe the Castellan, the leader themselves. And their body is like broken and like joints bent backward as if they had just been crushed by something, and neck is all turned to the side. and looks to you all and like opens its mouth.
Is that locked there?
Oh, yeah, door got locked. Sorry. Taylor, you're here just in time. This ghost turns its head and looks to you all.
Oh no!
Opens its mouth and nothing comes out for a moment, and then you all hear this shriek, this shrill scream that like just rattles you all to your core as she's attacking you all. This is a will attack, and she's a like banshee that is screaming.
I need some food now.
Sorry, but I'm just getting right into this,
Are the orcs
guys.
gonna have to like roll
Yeah.
against this too?
They will.
Sick.
Do you have fake dice in that baglet?
Why is that?
Here, you can use one of my.
Do you want to use caramels?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
They smell good too.
Will defense?
Alright. Ooh, yeah, baby. That's
No,
what I'm talking
baby,
about.
no.
Yes, baby. We had the same roll, Eric.
Sick. Boom.
Shut up.
Whoops. 5. 5 for Ash.
All right, I had a 7.
Squidward, though. Yeah, I'm petrified.
Literally, or like?
I was petrified.
This banshee just rose up out of the kind of ruined back of this castle and screamed at you guys and made a like provoke attack. So you need to make a will defense.
Okay.
Were you using these dice?
I was. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
You rolled a 7, Josh?
My total is a 7.
Good lord.
Yeah.
Provoke is its highest skill, so.
Oh, good.
Well, crack that one already.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Taylor's first roll.
To be fair, I always get the short end of the stick and have about 2-inch by
You
like
have no
2-inch
table,
square.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I did achieve it that once again. Where did it go? Here, roll another one for now.
We should get Taylor a nice little lap thing
Sweet,
that he
thanks.
rolls with.
Yeah.
At least,
All right.
like
at least
bit
Taylor, this time
well.
it's not like towering up to meet you at eye level. Though.
Yeah. One of these days, I'll like get a table set. I'll find it someday. It's fine. It's fine.
We'll work with it.
So this is a will defense.
Will defense.
Will defense, yeah.
Excellent. I rolled well, and I still have no will. So
So I have a 5. I'm gonna stay with the 5.
I'm gonna have to make defense rolls for these guys.
Should have stuck with my crack roll. All right, I got a negative 2.
Good thing these orcs have like 0 will.
I have
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, are we gonna?
Posi 2 or a negi 2?
Ozzy.
Lucky you.
We gonna need to roll for all of our NPCs as well on this one?
Do they just take our rolls?
It doesn't matter. Alexi just is going to take the damage anyway.
I'll say I'll just go with your rolls, and if you want to pass them to NPCs, you can. And that's just reflected of like who is affected by it and who isn't. Does that seem cool?
Yeah.
It seems like it would be kind of overkill to be rolling for everyone, and this is a super high bonus that people aren't going to have that high of.
Yeah.
Will
I'm gonna
across
say
the
Amelia
board, so.
probably. She can't really see what's provoking. She's knocked
Well,
out.
she can hear it.
Yeah,
true.
It's a scream.
been
Is she still knocked
freshly
out?
traumatically blinded.
I know she's knocked out.
Probably pretty triggering.
Yeah.
7.
I think it wakes her up.
Yikes.
I mean, if somebody wants to pass it to her, it could wake her up. Otherwise, she's
If I
asleep.
pass, would I just re-roll for me and take that?
No, it's like the thing of like NPCs taking consequences for you.
Oh. I see.
So what did people get?
I got a 2.
Okay.
0.
5.
Yeah, I had a 4.
Okay. Yeah. So.
A negative 2.
I rolled the best rolls. Negative 2.
Well, I think certainly we could. Someone could pass off their
We have a 20.
consequence onto our blind
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, if
Map
you want
lady?
to
map
Pass on
cartographer.
Amelia?
wake up Amelia in a frightened state.
She wouldn't wake up. She'd probably get dead.
I mean, we have this whole
She
roster.
does so much damage against
whole
her.
roster
Yeah,
of
right?
people all ready to take consequences.
Yeah,
Do you
let's,
have
let's
those-
pass it to our
those
blind
rules?
cartographer. Why not? She doesn't need it, right? She doesn't need her life.
All right.
I mean, she could come back as a ghost. We could find a place to resurrect her as a completely
Okay, so-
useless ghost, but still ready.
So I don't know what type of
cartographer
consequences that these will be, but instead of a PC taking a moderate consequence, you can have a nameless NPC die horribly. I guess she's a supporting NPC.
She's supporting NPC, yeah. She currently has a mild consequence of a concussion.
So a supporting NPC dying horribly it is traded for a severe consequence for a player.
And this is so for me, I got a 2, and you rolled a 7. So that's a major,
5.
or that's a moderate.
That's
right?
it's actually no moderate is 4.
Okay.
So it would be a severe. So that would be that.
And remember, you're also checking off mental stress before you get to the consequences, right? Mm-hmm. So you can take, like, if you're taking 5 shifts of mental damage, right? You can check off your 2, you can check off your 1, and that soaks up 3 of it.
Gotcha.
So then you only have to take 2 into consequences.
Yeah. Well, I feel like with
Gotcha.
the roll of a 0, we're going to want to try and get that up a little bit. Right? That would be like... No bueno. Would that knock, like, all of your mental stress all the way out?
Yeah.
So I would say we...
Okay, I know what I'm gonna do.
you guys have fate points too.
Yeah.
Truth.
True facts.
What am I doing? I need a pencil from the Horn of Plenty of Pencils.
Here, take this.
Thank you.
How did I manage to grab one before you did? I'm like 30 minutes late.
Don't.
I was also late. I don't know if you know.
I'm gonna re-roll. I'm
No
an
excuse.
adventurous aristocrat. I didn't come this far to get shrieked at by banshees. That's my job.
shrieketh at me?
Alright, that's a little better.
Yeah, it
That's a
affects
4.
Timothy not at all.
Okay.
I mean, he shrieks his own.
What'd you get this time?
How dare you?
Nice.
4?
So you got it down to a 3.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
I
Nice.
got one of those waiting for me.
Birdifer. So I'm taking a consequence.
Eagle eye.
What should I take as my consequence?
Ooh, spooked.
Well, how
deep is the
big of a consequence is it?
Mild.
Yeah, 2. Yeah, something like you're shaken or something like that. Yeah, spooked. I think is
Chilled. You said it was super cold
Chilled
here.
to the bone.
Chilled to the bone.
I'm keeping
Chilled
one
is
gold.
not cold, but yeah.
I like to think this is like Timothy's one gold.
I'm just gonna take this as stress.
chilled by fear.
Yeah, so if you had a 7 out of 5, it would just be
2 stress.
2 stress. So just checking the 2. Okay.
All right. So what did is that everybody?
I re-roll, spent a fate point, re-rolled, reduced it to 3, which I can take in stress.
Okay.
I'll spend a fate point, which I need fate tokens anyway.
Oh yeah. So you probably 5. Sorry.
So let's see. I had a -2, and this would put it at 0. But you had what would the shift be?
7.
I might as well just re-roll.
I had a 7. Yeah. What did you roll?
I rolled a -2.
A -2.
Yeah.
Let's say it's
Would you
worth
put me
it.
at a
Yeah,
what?
worth a reroll.
Because the average is 0, so chances
Yeah, I
are
mean
good
that's
that you
9
get
shifts. If you're at a -2.
Jeez. But with that,
A severe consequence is 6.
Maybe I should just straight kill
a
somebody.
severe consequence is 6, so you could like take 6 of that, or you could always re-roll or whatever. But you could always take 6 of that and pass that off to Amelia and have her like die from this.
I think that'd be fun. We need somebody to die, right? I'm down with it.
It's happening.
Is everybody cool with it?
It's
Bye.
She comes to from her like concussion that blinded her.
Yeah, I
Just
mean,
in time.
Just in time to hear this horrifying shriek.
I mean, I like to think that like Jimothy, like as I'm assuming that Alexi is whatever, but Jimothy, as he was getting this shriek, was like, "Oh dear God!" and just like pulled like Amelia in front to shield himself from the blast, and she just gets the
finally wakes
sonic
up.
thing. She's like, "What?" Ah! And then her eyes roll back, and then all of a sudden just
oh god.
brain explosion.
Yeah, does she
And,
die
like,
horribly? Is that what's happening?
I mean, it's
Yeah.
dying horribly, right?
Yeah, have a supporting NPC. Yeah, well, with whom the PC has a positive relationship. That's fair enough to say that you guys have a positive relationship
I think
with
her
them.
head explodes or her ears just start bleeding.
I mean, it
And
would be.
leaking
I think
out.
it'd be like more
Head
like
guts.
kind of horrifying if like. I mean, I guess it's up to the GM, but I like to think like brain matter is still over Jimothy's face. You said horrible death.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Horrible
Jimmy's not
death.
really near her right
You
now.
nailed it.
but,
Retcon.
I'm kind of seeing this as like as a kung fu villain dying, right?
Yeah.
Like she drops to the ground and is like, and just like quivering on the ground and screaming and
I like to think it's still coming from her neck hole.
Blood from yes, definitely.
Amelia.
writhing about in the snow until
Wow, this took
finally.
a turn.
You're welcome.
Oof.
Yeah, so that's the start of the game, guys.
Now we have to make a follow-up will save against PTSD.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna
This
say
death brought to you
Oh,
by
I think we need to pull up
If
the
this happens
roster
right here-
I know. I'm working on it.
Okay.
I gotta move
Do
some
we have
names on the
some
roster.
More reverent music.
Oh man, I don't know if I have any sort of.
I don't know if we're ready for that because this is probably not the first death.
You just killed Amelia, so.
This is not the first death of this round.
I think he's right. We may need to collect all the deaths by the end of this banshee.
Dude, I feel
Can
like
you
Tay
hit
would be greatly
banshees?
affected by this happening right
Listen,
in front of her face.
the
Just
upside.
went down.
The upside
It's
is
only the first time
Amelia.
Tay has seen someone die.
Probably. She's not an adventurer. She's
Amelia
a warrior.
rises, like her ghost rises from it, and she can
Good.
finally see again, and she can go off to.
And she
can go
joins the
off-
banshee and
No, she can
fuck
go
us
up to
up.
I don't know, to chart the I don't know, field of
The
reeds.
afterlife.
She has all of
Afterlife.
her maps and pens and whatnot with her as she ascends. All right, we have to have a reverent moment as we switch to the roster.
Somebody had to do it. Okay,
And Amelia
it wasn't gonna be Jim Jam.
There she goes.
is removed from the list.
There she goes. Watch out, boys! You might.
And edit
Um,
to the deceased.
okay. Where does her? I guess her body. We'll put it on the ground.
Amelia
since
immediately
it's
resurrects.
done. It's done. She's gone.
We have res magic, right?
She comes back as a banshee. Oh. It's
All right.
Banshee's
Oh, I have
army.
just the oil for this.
So now we should do. The orcs, right? I've rolled. I had fails on all of them.
Sweet. Thanks,
Ooh,
Banshee.
do they die horribly too?
So,
Yeah, how bad?
oops.
Who does? Orcs? No, my orc
I don't know if
friends.
I might have
I was
messed
gonna
up the
recruit
camera
them.
there.
Oh yeah, it moved a little bit. We need to move.
He's gonna be our new cartographer.
There we go.
Yeah, the dream.
Don't you want to map them?
Something like that.
map.
You're perfect for this job. Come with us.
Grunt know how to.
Ugh. First NPC death.
Congratulations.
Episode
everyone.
6.
I mean, it's probably for
Why
the
so
best.
clapping?
She would have been. It would have been a difficulty moving forward since she was blind. So like, practically,
She would have been Kalima food.
she is now.
She still is.
Shit.
She might still be.
We're the bad guys.
Hey,
I
you
think.
know, during rough times, talk about cannibalism. You know all about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Feed him to the goat.
I get it.
Which,
I'll use a
Just to
fate
be
point
clear-
here for the
Hannah's a
War
cannibal.
Rider.
No.
Didn't know I was
The
thinking
goat-
of like
Him
horror
alive.
files. I get it.
Okay.
As the
goat
flaming
eating a
boar
human is not cannibals.
I don't know. She's
fails the roll, and the pair of boars both bolt for the door.
What's up?
They get to leave.
See you later.
Well, they're essentially dead, but
No explosive, like horrible, gruesome death for them. Okay, that's fine.
Taylor wants
Taylor's
this
looking
today.
I mean, I wasn't really going for the head exploding from the banshees.
What about this guy here?
He failed. Yeah,
He explodes as well.
yeah, he falls on the ground screaming.
That Banshee is a mean
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Banshee.
Is fully shaken.
Mother, shut your mouth.
I'm not talking
One
about
bad
Shaq.
Banshee.
And here we thought we were gonna hide in this place and be safe.
That's not.
Yeah,
really.
wasn't that a fun plan?
I really want to name like my solo album "One Bad Banshee."
No.
I think it's
break away from my current musical group.
Is it all
things on
Too
my
bad,
own.
Banshees.
For Amelia?
Wait, we had another musical group.
All right, so we need to do initiative now.
Okay.
That
How do we do this?
is...
So this is probably what, survival?
Yeah, I'm doing survival. Notice.
You want me to track this, Joshua?
Sure.
I got a 2. I got a 2.
What is it? Survival.
Yep.
Yes.
Here you go, Keith.
3.
You could use the backs of these.
Okay. All right. Who had a 4-ish?
4 up.
4 up.
Nobody. 3.
No. 3 here.
I had a 3.
Ash had a 3.
Oh, I need to roll.
I just want to say that Amelia was
good.
planning to
2.
betray us.
2.
She was a Dramora in disguise. I'm saying that for Kirby and a hoodie because, spoiler, but she had a B plot.
Yeah. And he was
So sorry, the War Rider I had a 4.
best man.
Okay.
But the Banshee I had a -1, so she'll be last.
Nice. One of my kind.
That was crazy.
Someone who goes at
Nice
Lhanji
laugh,
speed
Taylor.
finally.
What was Lhanji at?
0.
0.
Yeah, big null.
Lhanji finally beats someone in the initiative.
Big no.
Did you drop another dice, Taylor?
Oh, well, that's my favorite pastime. Just leave me be. Leave me be in my childishness.
It's okay.
That was me.
It's mine now. I have 6.
Gosh, man, I messed up.
That
this
is
camera.
awesome that you
Would you like to earn it?
Taylor, what were you
No, I
at?
picked
I was
up
at
another
3.
one.
A 3.
I just got another one out of the bowl.
Oh.
That's how I roll.
All right, so the War Rider is starting
Drop
us.
that die in order to get the big token.
All right.
Player move.
Taylor. I'm so drunk. Oh, shit. Not even one drink in, but I'm drunk.
All right.
It's all those delicious tacos. It's so greasy.
Well, I mean, I just kind of sat people in here. Does anybody feel like they would be imposing themselves between, like this orc is going to be coming at someone? And I just kind of sat all your minis in here, so I don't mean to just pick someone.
I think that's
I'm
fine,
close to
'cause
this one.
we kind of just
We all-
burst into this place, so that
bummed
seems
it.
reasonable.
I think everyone's on their right cart and everything, so
Yeah.
I mean,
All right. Well, he's turning over to here then, which Jimothy is the one standing on that cart.
Navius is also there.
Navius.
True.
Oh yeah, Jimothy's wherever harm is not.
I liked Kirby's
He dives over the
comment
side.
of that Jimothy would be shrieking louder than the banshee.
Yeah, hands on the face.
Yes.
Full Macaulay Culkin.
All right.
In fact, he's played by Macaulay Culkin, but older.
They just superimposed Macaulay Culkin's young face over Jimothy's.
So I got a 3 fight on against Jimothy as this orc war rider steps up with his like rusty massive scimitar and takes a swing at Jimothy on the back of this.
Just taking a swing at old Jim Jam over here. All right. What is that? An attack? Or?
It was a fight.
All right.
And you could use athletics to get out of the way, or fight, generally.
Don't have his stats on me offhand.
I can probably pull them up.
I'll go ahead and roll. No, actually, I need to decide an action.
I would love a provoke battle between Kalina and Banshee.
A milksmith.
This might be a little bit old.
Lullaby.
I think this is accurate.
Just keeps going
Yeah.
and getting higher and
I
higher.
don't know if that's quite as filled out as the other one was, but
It'll do.
yeah, I don't know that he had any ranks in fight.
He did not.
Highly
I made
doubt.
sure he did not.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
He was to be as useless as possible, while still somehow managing to make it. All right. Gorgeous. That'll work.
A useless character is always great.
He made it this far.
I'm proud of him.
He has been asked by request in certain situations.
He helped Kalima, so I'll fight to the death.
Oh, he better. Okay, so that puts him at a 1.
A 1? Okay, so he's only 2 shifts off.
Nice.
Okay.
So you could use a fate point to have that be a 0, and I would just be getting a boost against you. Or you take 2 shifts of damage. Jimothy takes 2 shifts of damage.
Well,
Physical stress.
how do I put this? Like,
And actually, you guys share a stress track, right? So your physical stress track for like your character, you guys share. So you'd just be taking 2 physical stress
oh, then
on like on Alexi's stress track. Yeah.
not a problem. Cool. I'll just take it. Why not?
All right. Yeah. So he gets slashed by this orc.
Yeah.
Oh, my silks! How dare you! How dare you! Alexi, maybe someone help me!
Oh my
I
god.
love that he's not moving. He's just like.
Don't you see? Would you dare kill the only person here who knows how to help people recover from their injuries? Only I know the precise measurements needed for the different oils in order to heal you.
That's great.
Can you not see I'm the most valuable here?
I am the hero of this story.
Thank you. Tell it like it is, Timothy.
I thought that would come out much later, but
Yeah.
he just
Here it is.
Just
I'm
we're-
kind of afraid that he might die this session. So I'm gonna throw out the good stuff.
we lost one NPC
All right.
and Jimmy Lee started feeling like he ran the place.
You open the floodgates. Hey, he controls life and death. He already sent one to the grave.
Yeah.
I mean the Shadow Realm.
So that was it for that guy. Who's next on the initiative? You two?
Yeah, Frilla, Ash, and Alexi are all at 3, so we
Okay.
can go in whatever order.
Mm-hmm.
You want to do Alexi? Move right after that, or
Sure.
Nicola? I don't know.
We're just dealing with a banshee and one orc, right?
Yeah.
Banshee messed me up.
Ooh, that's That's ugly.
Oh, and refresh me. We get to choose between either of our PCs. Okay.
For like what you're doing
just
on
the
your
one
turn.
round. Yeah.
Yeah, you also could do any of the other like NPCs, right? Like any of the other supporting NPCs. If you felt so inclined, you could act as like Babs or Dolph or favorite.
All right. Who's going?
Could I maybe use? I have lore spiritual. Could I maybe use that to like discern a weakness or something that might work against this thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna do that. All right, I got a 2. Could potentially boost that.
I think I will give it to you on a 2 with this because I feel like it is a little, maybe a little kind of obvious, but yeah, this thing definitely has well, mainly it has a resistance. Being like incorporeal and seeing it pass through that wall, you know that physical attacks aren't gonna affect it, but you definitely know that magic attacks will, as well as like provoke, like will type, like mental attacks will work against it.
Yeah.
But like physical attacks won't.
Good to know that.
Okay.
Thank you.
I express
That is the, I can't think what they call it in this, but it's the lock and the key. The lock is like no physical damage, and the key is that it can take the other types of damage.
Okay.
It's from the.
I express that to people. What do you say? This is a spirit! It cannot be harmed by physical attacks! Magic. We need magic, and we need to attack its mental state.
Thank you for the obvious.
I've heard tell legends of these before. Yeah.
Alexi just throws the sword. Well.
Well, that's my turn.
Well, somebody won't be wasting their turn taking a swing at it, finding that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So Ash and Alexi can go.
Sick. I think that Ash goes ahead and hears that, and he jumps to it, and he turns his attention away from the orc where it was, and kind of stares down the spirit, and basically just tries to send out lightning from his hands straight at it.
Cool.
Thundaga.
Okay, that is it's not great. It's a 3.
All right, she's using athletics, but I'm seeing this kind of more as like flying, right?
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
her maneuvering. I also had a 3. So a tie is that you get a boost against her. Or you succeed at a cost. I think is kind of always an option. It doesn't have it on here, but don't you think that's kind of always an option?
Yeah.
So let's take the boost
Okay.
if
yeah.
we could, and I
So
think
you're
that,
gonna get a boost
like,
against her.
The boost would be like, she all of a sudden feels nervous first, like for the first time, that like, oh, there's something that can hurt me here. So I don't know, like. I don't have
Think of a good name for that too.
I don't have anything.
What happened to her?
Describe it
In
again.
danger. So basically, she's suddenly realizing that even though she didn't get hit there, she now is realizing like, oh, I could actually get. She's suddenly fearful.
What about not immortal after all?
Yeah, sounds good.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Mortality strikes.
She.
That's actually.
I feel like that's like when a teenager finally like they survived a car crash and they were like,
Yeah.
shit, I couldn't die.
Shit. Next one's not gonna go my way. Right.
Well,
Cool.
better drive again.
All
All right,
right,
who's next?
Alexi.
Yep. Alexi and Yurik is on deck.
All right.
Yeah, you are on that horse, right?
I guess I'm actually going to. Well, let me see. Who else is on that card? Is that
Navius.
Navius?
And
There's a lot of people on that card.
yeah, Hero's on that cart. Babs Califrey's on that cart. And is that Lhanji?
Yep.
Is also on that
Lhanji
cart?
Is up front, I believe.
Yeah, that's the biggest cart, so it had the most capacity. Lhanji and Babs are up front.
I'll actually turn around and pivot towards the. After hearing the shrieking wails of poor Jimothy, I turn like,
I don't know what's worse, the banshee shrill screeching or yours. Hang on, buddy.
I'm actually gonna use provoke on this guy, and
Okay.
I'm gonna march straight up to this dude, tap him on the shoulder, and basically try to like point towards the banshee, be like, "You better get out of here, buddy."
Yeah.
So let's go for it.
Cool.
Do you consider that correct?
I don't really care.
5. Hey, you're the GM, man. I have no flat terrain over here, so I'm really struggling.
Do you consider it correct is the question.
No.
Only if it doesn't help.
I took the minus last time.
Yeah, totally. Okay. Yeah, of course he doesn't have will. We determined that before. Okay, I did end up with a +2. What did you have?
5.
A 5. Okay, yeah. So you're beating me by 3.
Oh, so I tap him on the shirt with my hilt. I lean over just so he can see this horrible.
Okay.
If you don't want to end up like your friend over there, better hightail it.
So he
like it.
that did not send him fleeing. It didn't defeat him quite yet, but he's pretty close.
He didn't like what you said.
Yeah, he seems shaken. He turns around and is like, as he sees the ghost again. Cool. Who's next?
Yurik is holding onto his head. He just took a lot of mental stress and is kind of messed up, especially from physical stress from the chase. So he kind of slides off the. This is all fluff. He slides off the wagon here and just kicks this thing that unlatches Kalima's reins here. She's free.
Goat attack.
Free the beast!
And she
Free the
does one of
goat.
those awesome goat things where she jumps all over these things and they just make
Yeah.
it seem so seamless.
Yes.
Also
Yes.
destroying everything.
Also -2.
Bounds over here and does a like. Yes.
Kalima making a mental attack against the ghost.
Weird goat eyes.
Oh my god, this is
Provoking.
ridiculous. Ridiculous.
She got a +6.
Alright, well, I do have a good will for this character.
God damn!
Yes.
Okay, so I'm at a 3 right now. You're at a 6.
Fuck yeah.
Great boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, what are you're 3 over?
About to be 5 in a minute.
I'll spend a fate point to reduce it.
Do it.
She'll defend the hold till beyond death.
Yeah, but Kalima's a majestic K-Prime.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Up the ante, baby.
Cool.
Yep.
She's a
Put it in
queen.
the
She ain't never seen anything like Lima before.
Just became a poker game.
I knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah.
-1.
So she's stamping and staring at this thing, basically.
Hilarious. That's great.
And that's the end of my turn.
The Lhanji's up and the Banshee's on deck.
Oh no. I'd like to.
shots for you, scrapbook.
Sweet. Yep. The castle.
You could write a strongly worded review of this castle.
Yeah, Lhanji whips out her phone and it's on
Yelp.
Yelp.
Yeah.
No, it's probably playing too much Heroes Guild, but I'm like, you're always supposed to make ghosts feel you like we have to free the banshee's soul. So I'm thinking about making an empathy check to see if there's any other way, if it has some motive we could appeal to.
Ooh.
Other than Fireblood. I mean, it's a little late for we mean no harm, I think, but
You could argue we're defending ourselves.
I got a +4 empathy.
Yeah. I didn't have the trouble written down, but I think that ultimately she thinks that she's still defending the castle, right? She can be convinced that that's no longer a thing and that time has passed and whatever, that she could be talked down.
Okay.
She's caught. She's lost in time. Trouble.
Yeah.
What if she's literally lost in time? And just like, these are just her phasing.
Trapped in
That's
the moment
perhaps a
of
little
death.
too much Numenera.
I know, that's it.
That's kind of cool though. It's not a ghost, she's just a time traveler.
Oh, look at you.
I'm stealing from Hannah Sophie.
Vagabond.
Used to it.
Wagavan.
Vagabond.
Take me for the stealer of sushi.
We could always pass if you don't know, if you want to wait to see what other people are going to do.
Oh, well, I did my empathy.
Oh, sorry. Okay, great. So,
Yeah, I guess I would commit at least to my cart. Say, focus on the orcs. We may have a peaceful resolution with the specter. And if I may, I'll hop off the cart away from the orc.
yeah. There you go.
Coward! Coward!
My silks are far too fine to get bloody, Jimothy.
The Banshee is up next.
All right.
And here's where my silks would be.
If I still have them!
This is where the hole in my silks are!
She's looking at Kalima, who's come and stepped up.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh my god, this is it.
The goat with the death stare.
This is where the goat dies.
Possession.
And she's like
Possession.
she's floating down toward Kalima, and it's totally doing those like that kind of weird like skipping moments, and like and she comes down and is like fingers going to like grab around Kalima's throat.
Great.
Ultimately, it's a provoke. She's like trying to frighten Kalima, right? Because she also doesn't have a physical form, so she can't be like physically manifesting and attacking. But she's like, she's trying to freak her out.
Yeah, this is a will.
Yeah.
Women does not have that.
I'm kind of surprised. I feel like that would have made sense.
Well,
She can
Supporting
get it, but she
only had
can't take it.
I mean, if you think about it, like mental attacks would just go whoosh on a goat.
Yeah, there's just nothing there.
Yeah, but animals can be frightened, certainly, and they can even be frightened to death. Right?
Not this Capron matriarch.
This thing is trying to do that to Kalima. I had a monster roll, so I got an 8.
I have a straight 0.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No. Pass it on to an NPC.
Oh yeah.
To a nameless one.
Lima's not gonna take this.
A horse falls down.
You also can of course use fate points to like reduce the amount of damage that's happening. Like 6 is a severe consequence, right?
And 8 is still severe.
8 is an extreme consequence,
Because
which
you
is
don't recover
like
from.
exactly, which is what happened to Amelia.
Right.
Yeah.
But you can get better from other types of severe
A
consequences.
severe consequence you can get better from, but like it takes quite a while.
Long time.
So instead of a PC taking a severe consequence, which I mean, does it seem cool that can be traded in the same way with these? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so a supporting NPC could die. A main NPC with whom the PC shares that, so that wouldn't work in that case, is an extreme consequence. But yeah, it's seeming like you could basically trade it to another supporting NPC to not take a severe.
And they would die.
And it doesn't have to be in this moment either, right? Like it can just, this can happen, and then it's like somebody else is marked for death.
Yeah.
That's a supporting NPC.
Someone remembers the interaction of these two and can't bear it, so they just die.
Is Yurik able to take it just like to a lesser extent? Like, can you pass it up?
Desperate to save Kalima.
Just to,
I mean, that's kind of an interesting question.
I get the impression
It's like-
that it's more like he's targeting a player, right? And then the player is like deciding where
So
it's
like
going to go.
starts with Yurik, could go to Kalima, else the group of nameless, or in the group of supporting. Does that seem right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It can be passed to whoever. It's a little
Can I
bit
see
different
our
than how
list?
they're doing it here, but I think it's fine.
here, I got it.
Of peeps.
List of people.
Yeah. I have Amelia marked as dead here, you'll see. Deceased.
Jeez, Banshee is just coming out slaying people.
Turns out we can take a lot of physical damage, but
I know,
if
I
something
guess-
starts shrieking at us, we
I mean,
all fall apart.
favorite the dog, certainly.
I did throw that one out there. Our loyal companion,
The good boy.
the best boy.
The best
I think I'm going to pass it on.
He would definitely jump into.
So that is a severe consequence, right? So you still, I think, need to be taking 2 stress.
Okay.
Because I had a total of 8 shifts above you. So
Right.
if you take 2 stress,
There's still
then
2 left over.
yeah.
There's still 6 to deal out.
So you could give Kalima a mild consequence.
Oh, I see how that works. But yeah, because she takes consequences, not stress. We share the same stress trait. Got it. Yeah, she can take
a
mild consequence, and then I'm gonna
and then somebody else takes the severe consequence.
the sheer magnitude of these two creatures interacting with one another is a painting that Hero never foresaw.
Hero the painter!
He realized in that moment that that's all he had ever wanted to draw, but could not have ever painted it correctly.
Well, we'll have to see how
He's
Hero
heartbroken.
goes.
He goes fucking crazy.
I could see that.
Well, I'm not saying that I think that it happens immediately in this moment.
Right.
Yeah, I was being ridiculous.
But you can like decide who it is and kind of mark them, and that way
Yeah,
we can
Hero is,
come up with it later in some spontaneous way.
He's been marked.
He's gonna
All right.
struggle with this moment.
Marked for death.
Dead man walking.
And Kalima's suffering from confronted because this never happens.
Kalima and the Banshee are going back and forth like, wait.
Wait, what?
No.
Wait,
I
wait,
shriek,
what?
everyone dies. I stand,
Stop. Everyone dies.
Everyone runs.
Yeah.
All right, if that is resolved, we're back up to the top with the War Rider.
All right.
I'm sorry, the glorious painter. He was one of my favorites.
Painter and the cartographer were gonna go first. We all knew it.
Oh yeah, you got down and you're like
artist
standing
always
right next to this orc, right?
I got down.
And you like tapped his shoulder, so he's taking a swing at you because he is still here.
But Grunk want to fight. He's gonna fight you.
I got a 4, I think.
But Grunk just want to make map.
Yep. 4 fight against Alexi.
Buddy, you picked the wrong guy.
Yeah, seriously.
Told you to scram. I'm about to make this banshee even pale.
Oh fuck. Whatever. Well,
That's how it works. The more shit that you talk, the more epic that you describe it, the worse the roll is.
Always.
who else but Alexi?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just have a 2. So, I think that's right, yep.
You had a 2, I had a, what did I say, a 4? So I got 2, got you by 2 shifts right now.
How dare you?
So fate point would even it out, and I would have a boost, or you can just take the 2 shifts in some way, or that is also a mild consequence.
I'll just spend the token. That's
Okay. What aspect are you tapping, Alexi?
I originally had planned, if you were going to make me spin a fate token the last time, that I was coming to the rescue of our dear Jimothy. Because
Of course.
I need him to help me find my family.
Yeah.
So, of
Yeah.
course,
Yeah, you're using your relationship aspect. That makes sense
Hell
here.
yeah.
that's what I had planned. So,
Cool.
I'll do it.
You cut his silks.
Cool. That's
You
it for
cut his
him.
silks, I'll cut
So
your
now it's the
throat.
3 of you.
All right, I have a thought. We can act with NPCs that are not like ours, right? Can I act with Hero even though he's like marked to be killed? Maybe he'll get a triumphant moment before he passes.
Nice.
I think
Pulls out the paper and starts painting.
yeah, I think Hero has heard Lhanji make this statement of, you know, maybe we can get through to this ghost, and he's watching this incredible display happening in his like painting on his sketchboard or whatnot, right? And then has this moment of going, this ghost, you're brilliant in the afterlife, but you are dead. You are dead. You're no longer protecting this castle. And he's making a rapport to try and
Okay.
maybe it might be creating an advantage for someone else to deliver the killing blow. He's like setting it up, so to speak.
Yeah.
He's starting to get nervous.
Almost like-
Can you attack with rapport? That's kind of more like provoke. So creating an advantage makes sense, certainly.
Yeah.
That's kind of a neat idea because I imagine like ghosts, like vampires, like probably wouldn't show up in a mirror, but you holding up a picture is the closest thing they can get
Yeah,
to
he turns it around and it's all like
Nice.
yeah.
This is you now.
Oh,
Oh, Hero.
It's not a very good painting. It was done
I
in
don't have
haste.
Hero's.
it's kind of rushed.
I don't have Hero's sheet though.
We have it right here, right? Yep.
You
Nope.
had it.
More
I have it again. Yes. Hero. He has a +3 in rapport.
So he's at a 2.
Is that against will?
Yeah.
Landscape painter with a soft heart.
I think I'm gonna invoke that in
Trouble.
order to.
Always needs supplies.
Yeah.
I hope he dies looking for supplies. He's like digging in the basement in this castle.
Before we leave this castle, I think there might be some great paints here.
Yes, because he's a landscape painter with a soft heart. I'm invoking that to get a +2, so he is at a 4.
Okay, I also had a 4, but that is still a tie on a create an advantage is gain a boost in lieu of creating a new aspect or gain 1 free invoke of an existing aspect. So you can get a boost, but not an aspect.
Yeah. Okay.
You could add on to this.
The boost. Yeah, I think
Not
that
immortal
seems
after all.
reasonable. Not mortal
Yeah.
after all.
Sure.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
And
Because it sort of
it's a little bit.
fits in and just like
No, that totally makes
you
sense.
can get hurt and also you're
Letting
not-
you know, yeah. Uh-huh.
you're dead.
Yeah, cool.
All right, so Ash and Alexi can go on whatever.
I feel like we should set this up here for
Yeah.
folks to see.
Alexi, do you want to go first? Or?
Somebody better hurt this thing before it gets back around to its turn, y'all.
Yeah. Well, so my
gonna
thing
kill
is, like,
another
is
person.
anybody going to take care of the orc? Because I don't mind taking on the banshee with the provoke, but I kind of assumed everybody would just abandon the Jim Jam.
I feel like
I know everybody's got. I know he's got a target on.
It makes
The
sense
Jam
that you
Jam.
take this orc out.
Huh?
Makes sense that you take this orc out.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, you're good at dealing with things physically. I don't know.
I mean, I've been hitting it with provoke. I'm about to do it again, so it just depends on which target I'm going to provoke.
Yeah.
After learning that trick a couple sessions ago, I was like, man, I really
Provoke things.
Yeah, I did a good idea with that provoke. I'm just trying to do something stupid in there. All right. Well, yeah, I'll attack the orc again with provoke, and I'll roll and decide how my narrative goes. Okay.
Well, I rolled really poorly.
If you take those away, that puts me at a 2.
Okay.
That's one of the things about Fate that always gets me is the fact that you can roll negative. It's like no other game do you roll. You could. It's one thing to roll like a 2 or something and be like, oh, that's so unfortunate. But it's another thing to be
Negative
like, I rolled a
takes
negative
away.
3.
I did really bad.
All right, this is gonna defeat him. What do you?
I've rolled
Alright.
What's happening?
Hell
here?
yeah.
I was trying to buy some time, but I didn't come up with anything. So
on initiative.
I guess
I had a minus to my dex.
I drop my sword
Yeah.
into
In
the
D&D,
snow,
you're
I
talking
guess,
about- yeah.
briefly, grab him roughly about the shoulders, like just take a running, like I guess whatever you want to call it, as I'm like grappling him,
Bull rush.
knock him down on the ground, and I'm like,
Listen here, you idiot! If you don't get out of here right now, that banshee's gonna take the rest of us out, and you. So you better hightail it right now. Tell the rest of your friends to get the hell out of here and leave us be.
and then I get up from, it's like,
Now clean yourself up and get the hell out of here.
grab this thing, and said,
You owe me one, Jimothy.
Yeah, it takes off running, and as you're looking out of the gate, you notice, there are no other orcs in pursuit, and where you had been hearing the drums of them in pursuit, after that banshee screamed, it's like
They're out of here.
silent out there.
They know this. They know this place.
So orcs are out?
Well, for now anyway. The orcs that... Yes, that guy's out, yes.
Run away! Run away!
Grunk McMap elsewhere.
Alright, Ash?
Yeah. Fuck. I feel like this thing's will is probably super high, so I don't
It
think
is,
I
we
want
know, confirmed.
So I don't really want to try and do an enchant of any sort. I think Ash is going to jump down here.
but you also can't hit it with physical attacks at all, right?
Well, I do. Yeah, it's just magic.
But magic.
Magic is what I do. So he's going to come down, and he's doing his. He's chosen not to listen to Lhanji at all, as he tends to do. And he's chosen.
You and every other strong-minded hero in this group.
He's chosen to do his. He's putting on a display with
You
his,
make
and
Timothy
he's just
proud.
doing his human torch thing, except with electricity. So he's just like all around him, swirling electricity.
Yeah.
He's like, we have seen things that would make you pale. You will not stand in our way. And he just basically unleashes and lets loose this full blast of electricity directly at this magic electricity.
Cool.
Directly at this thing. All right.
Josh, you got any electricity miniature things?
I'm sorry, I don't.
All right. That's gonna be a
Well, then I
5.
could draw like a little like electricity lightning bolt and just go.
This is fate after all. There's just gonna be postcards everywhere. It's no cards.
I had a 4.
Okay. I'm going to invoke not immortal after all. And use one of these. To boost
Okay.
it up.
Okay, so you got
Since it
3.
knows that I'm a threat.
It's busy being fixated on the illustration of it of itself.
I'm beautiful.
That's me.
Okay.
What's wrong with me?
Yeah, it definitely, you see that it affects it.
All right.
When it strikes it, it's not like the physical things that it's passed through and stuff. Its body like contorts and all that weird.
Sick.
Yeah.
All right.
Young Skywalker.
Yeah, basically. Ash has never seen Star Wars, so he's like, no, this is cool. It's a good guy shit.
Yeah.
Yes, let the hate flow through you.
That's Jimothy saying that.
I'm actually thinking, like, can I make a roll to boost somebody by leveraging their secret?
That it would totally be.
That was everybody at 3, right?
Just Jimothy's Padawan.
Yurik is up and Lhanji is on deck.
That's the thing. When Alexi dies and he moves up to full stats, you gotta find out he's a magic caster. If that's a thing you can do.
He just goes full Super Saiyan.
Also, he's half angel, half devil.
I'd love to be creative here, but I'm not seeing a whole lot of things to do.
It's okay.
Attack this banshee.
You are a little bit more, and there's only particular ways that you can attack it too. So it kind of, it might be forcing people to do the same
I
thing.
will
It's okay.
fluff it differently though. Now Kalima is hopping back and forth
Yes.
Yeah.
in beside it.
Doing that aggressive goat dance.
Yes.
Kalita's pulling out all the stops
This
here.
gear 4.
Comes one
Yeah.
very aggressive goat dance.
Come on,
That was a total of 4 provoke.
I'm at a 5, Will.
What's going on out here?
This
This is a boost?
This is a boost. It's a free boost.
What is this boost against?
This is against the.
Against the Banshee, and it being kind of frightened or aware that it is not completely immortal. So that could certainly be used against
That
it here.
sounds right. Yeah, I'll take that box.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that brings it up to 6. Beating you by 1.
Yeah.
And that's gone because it's a boost.
Okay. So I gotta mark a mental, and because I had marked lower ones, even though you're only hitting me by 1, it's checking off a high box. So
That was a good use of that boost.
Yeah.
I was thinking about not doing
Good job.
That's it for me.
Good job.
cool.
Then to Lhanji, and the Banshee's on deck.
Everybody do the Kalima. Hey, Kalima.
I feel like this is numerically risky, but it's what I want to do. Lhanji is going to muster all of her courtly graces
Yes.
and walk nobly, head held high, in front of the Banshee. And I'm going to use mind games to use deceive in place of provoke to make a mental attack.
Nice.
I love it.
Not bad.
It's a +4 right now.
Okay. I am beating you. I'm at a 6.
God damn.
And you're attacking. If you boost up, well, yeah. If you spent a fate point, you would get a boost. So it'd be trading a boost for a boost.
Yeah, I'm definitely spending a fate point. Emotionally, as the player, I'm like, can't resist a gamble. Let's see if this works, because I am about to pull off a kind of. All right,
Pulling
so
all the stops.
most noble defender, stand down. You have done your duty. We have arrived safely. No threats remain. Be at peace. So I'm essentially trying to convince it that nothing's wrong. The castle, all is calm on the Western Front. You, as the defender, have no fight anymore. We're the good guys. We're with you. Don't you remember us? The good old days.
The good old days.
Okay, so are you, yeah, you are attacking, so you're creating a boost. You're gaining a boost instead of doing damage. So what is the boost that you're getting here?
We could.
Just put another mark on that thing? Or do you
Yeah, I mean, it's gone, but we could just put another mark on it if you want. I
I'm fine
mean,
with that.
not to mortal after all.
Or maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of mixing up that brainwave. My angle is. No, you did your job. I guess, yeah. Or maybe like rest in peace.
Yeah.
Rest in pieces.
Rip in peace. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Cool.
Can you create situations that things have to overcome?
Yeah, like a barrier.
Yeah.
It could be that.
I guess that would be another option, is if you're wanting it to have to like grapple with some sort of an idea, you could be creating a barrier.
That sounds good.
And then it would
Yeah.
eat up its turn.
Rolled enough to do that.
I don't know what that is considered. Does that create an advantage?
Barriers, I think.
Obstacle? What's the obstacle one?
Well, I mean, there's only 4 actions. So, like, what action do you
They're
use
usually
to...
tied to like a spell, like a magic or whatnot, in order to create a barrier. I think it's not part of the core rules. It's part of the system toolkit.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the concept of barriers. But usually, whatever your result is, that is the opposition that it has to beat to like overcome it.
So we didn't.
Get the magic lips, baby.
So it's not necessarily like an opposed roll. It's like whatever she rolled.
Yeah, well, I mean, she had a tie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because it's not an opposed roll. Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, so my will is a 5. You had a 6, so it would be a 1. They would have to overcome. But it would take its action.
Well, I think whatever she rolls is the barrier number, right? So you had a 6.
6.
So then it would have to overcome a barrier that was a 6.
Gotcha.
If you were to go with that approach.
On its turn.
Yeah. At least that's my memory of it.
I have no memory of it, so.
So it's just a thing that he'll have to roll until
But
he.
I also think it's fair, since you already since we started this as a contest, to say, like, we're basically where we still, either way that we're making it technically function.
I think we should just go with the boost for now, but I would like to know what the rule is for those barriers.
Okay.
If we
if you
choose to use
hand
them,
me
so.
that system toolkit, I can look it up.
Thank you. It also seems like a thing that could be weirdly abused.
Yeah,
to be like
it seems like it'd be
things just
powerful.
can't take their action if they just have to constantly overcome a thing that you put in their way.
Yeah, totally.
But so you got a boost against it. On its turn. It's empathizing with you, Lhanji. It's peering into your soul.
That's spooky.
I had a 3. And Keith, if somebody is empathizing to try to like learn a aspect or something, are they rolling a will to like defend against it?
Colleen was also looking.
That seems right. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a will.
Okay. That's a +1.
All right, so I succeed. So I think she learns. She's like peering into your soul, and she learns your secret aspect.
Oh! Secret hype.
Do I have it here? I want to make sure that I have it right before I like say anything. Do you have it written down?
Sort of half.
Yeah, let me grab it real quick.
Okay, cool.
I know essentially what it is, but I'll look
me
up
too,
the
but-
exact wording.
Yeah, okay, cool. Secret.
Secret.
Everybody's got a secret aspect in this game.
Yeah, and with aspects, normally when you're using them, you are announcing that to everybody at the table. With these secret aspects, the idea is that you have to announce something about it. Like, what about it in the moment of using that thing are you revealing to the other people that are standing around?
Yeah, I was saying that if Kalima sees the banshee peer into Lhanji's soul, Kalima also looks into it. Just briefly. Doesn't learn anything.
Quick check.
Just checking it out.
I'd like to think if the banshee looked into Kalima's soul, you would just see this swirling black
void.
mass. Yeah.
It would regain its humanity, I think.
Nothing there.
Come back to life. Oh shit!
Maybe.
You look into Kalima's soul, all you see is
unexpected.
another Kalima staring right back at you.
Good luck
Alright,
looking at
I got
its
it.
soul.
Stare long enough into the Kalima stares back at you.
Yeah, their idea behind barriers is mostly physical and tied to the Stormcaller
Gotcha.
skill. But they do say if you, it works the way I was saying it, where whatever their role is, it creates the barrier, and that they have to overcome to get past it, or if they're like shooting through it, then the defender could use that barrier as their defense roll. But it doesn't work unless you get more than a +1 to create the barrier.
And is it tied to a specific skill?
Yeah, it's tied to this like magic. Like Stormcaller is one of their particular sets of spells, so I would think it would be reasonable for like Ash to use it, because Stormcaller is like earthquake, floods.
I guess I was wondering, could someone be like,
Think about
okay, I
barriers.
want to like unlodge this rubble, and it all comes down in front of and creates like a this barrier basically for the people behind us. Like,
Yeah.
would that work?
I think
to
so.
be able to use it in that way.
Yeah, and they're saying it's a creating advantage, but you have to get more than a +1.
Yep.
And then whatever you roll, like if you get more than a +1, you're like, I got a 5, then you're like, there's a barrier between these two zones now that is like at a 5 for them to overcome. And if they're for anyone to overcome. And if anyone is attacking through it, the person defending could use the barrier's number to defend with, because they're like, I'm hiding
Hiding behind it.
barrier.
Okay, gotcha. Interesting. Good to know.
Oh, this is cool. This is a lot like.
So you were telling her
Yeah.
basically like stand down, like it the
Yeah.
castle has fallen.
Oh, I was saying you're not alone. Your people are back. The people who are supposed to be in the
Sorry.
castle are here. So there's nothing to fight anymore. You've done your duty. Yeah.
She turns her head to you and says,
What of your motherly duty? The child will die.
We all go, child?
For the second time.
Gold it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Noble smile becomes very tight.
Is that a consequence?
Thin-lipped.
I think that's all that she can do, because she empathized to like learn an aspect.
Yeah, that was her action.
Nice.
Excellent.
The War Rider is gone, right?
I used my body as a distraction.
Oh, yeah.
So it's
Scare
back
that
up to
boy
number
away.
3, which is me, Asher, Alexi.
You want to go first?
I don't have a plan. at the moment, so maybe somebody else go first.
Snowvine attempts to eat it.
I know.
To no avail.
Or it just eats Hero, and that's why he died.
Oh! Yeah! Yeah, can we have that? That would
I was
be
kind of thinking
Undiscerning.
about maybe Hero like wandered out into the woods to get some berries for his ink, and then he like tripped and broke his leg, and then the Snowvine saw that he was injured.
It looks like food to me.
Doesn't look like anything to me.
I can go if that's. I'm gonna go with Tay though. I think Tay. Well, Ash, he sees Lhanji kind of step right in front, and he's like, "Ah, shit." So he sort of backs down, but Tay is gonna be up here. She's recovered enough from seeing someone's head explode in front of her, and she is going to try and step up and basically follow Lhanji's lead, but she's going to try and enchant. I know the will is strong, but she's going to try and do what she can do. The will is strong. She's basically going to sort of repeat Lhanji's words. She comes up and she's like, "You're done. You have no more fight. You don't need to do this anymore. We're friends, and it's time for you to leave." Alright. Ooh.
Looks like a 4.
So that is going to be a 5.
And then 2.
5.
5 for enchanting.
Okay. Oof. I had a 7.
Oof. I'm gonna take the boost that Lhanji started.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Give it, make it a 7.
Could invoke an aspect.
Yeah. I'll invoke.
Tap some of that aspect.
I'll invoke.
Tap that aspect.
Remarkable, Taylor.
I repeat it as
we need to make a bumper sticker. Material components. Hashtag tap that aspect.
I'm going to
sell it to the fake people.
Yeah, evil head official. Hashtag
I'm going to tap her aspect. Can't help but steal the show.
Yeah, awesome.
She sees her chance to support Lhanji and climb her way up in the social circle.
Excellent.
By following Lhanji's lead.
So I can earn fate points by conceding in a fight, and I think that you guys have like explained enough of the situation. She's somewhat beat up. She still certainly could have some fight left in her, but I'm going to go ahead and concede the fight and earn a fate point here. So that we can move on.
Yeah, no.
Which also we can do. We can be like, I concede in this fight and get a fate token, and then you're like, I'm out. Like, I'm not going to take any more stress. I'm not going to take any more damage.
I'm glad you reminded me.
I was in like, we skipped your turn?
Yours missed it.
Cool.
All right.
Well, congrats, Josh. You killed people.
Yeah, so she...
Two, baby, 2.
Well, one's on his way out.
Yeah, he's marked.
Marked for death.
Snowvine is just sort of like...
I do kind of like the idea that Hero walked out in the middle of that and fell into some, like...
Can we say that he wanted to get a good vantage point for this painting, so he was like climbing,
climbing
up
up
these stairs,
here,
and then like this tower just like collapsed.
Everyone stand right where you are.
So what I was thinking is his trouble is that he like always needs supplies, right? So I was imagining that he goes out to gather some like berries or something for supplies, and he doesn't realize that they're poisonous, and he poisons himself in the process.
A kind of like death by madness, like the toxins leach through his skin, and it's just like screaming, running through the forest until he dies, foaming at the mouth.
Oh
yes.
Oh, thank you for that. Done. I would say that's exactly what I was thinking about, but I hadn't gone quite that far yet.
Where is
Well, I don't think that happens yet, but that'll happen.
Okay, that'll
like,
happen.
Great,
That'll
glimpse of
happen
the
later.
future.
yeah.
Not in the middle of this.
Happy Horizons.
But yes, the banshee. I think dissipates. I think you guys have like convinced it enough that it disappears.
Hell yeah.
Completely.
Wonderful. I was worried it was going to stay in incorporeal form, just but peacefully, and we were just have to have the specter in the background of all of our scenes.
and just make like inappropriate comments repeatedly.
Yeah.
Learn everyone's secrets.
Pull down people's pants.
Tay comes up. She's very pleased with herself. So it comes up next to Lhanji.
She stole the show.
And Lhanji turns coldly away and marches back to the Lhanji was just secret immersed. Lhanji's I didn't take a consequence, but I feel like I did.
Right.
It's 8 o'clock now, so I think we should take a break now since we just ended that fight. Does that seem cool?
Tempting to leave.
Yeah,
Time sounds good.
Jimothy has
Well,
quite
Kalima does
the
that thing where
glint in
she
his
just
eye,
shows
watching
her
his
asshole because she succeeded,
She
right?
just drops. Yeah.
Just the tail
A
up.
couple-
We're gonna
bullets.
do a quick break since we just ended
Cool.
that and it's 8 o'clock.
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
So-
Yikes.
Cool, you guys ready?
Pose.
Break pose.
Time up!
Yo, yo, yo! Welcome back. Thanks for waiting, guys. We got refreshed.
It's good to see our loyal viewers.
We got some chats in.
Okay, do we get a fate points? No, we don't. That's
We've lost 2 supporting NPCs.
One's on.
One's
on
marked.
deck.
One is out.
One is on
And
the verge of death.
yeah, it is silent. You guys still don't hear the orc drums. However, the banshee that had scared them off is now dissipated away.
Knew it. We should have recruited her.
Let's fortify the doors. We're not going back the way we came.
I'm looking around. Is there a place to continue riding horses through this building?
Yeah, I mean, so generally it is kind of what it looks like here, and it seems like with some work you guys could maybe knock down enough stuff to be able to, like, get out a back way. However, well, I mean, I guess you guys probably would need to, like, examine the grounds a little more.
Yeah.
love to
Get
do
up
that.
onto things and see what is happening, like, around this keep.
I want to.
We could do that with survival.
With search. I'm going to use search to basically, yeah, try to find. Oh, well, you've already said this is kind of the way out, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Probably make my way kind of up some stairs. What am I looking for, though? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, so...
I guess, have there been things
I
living
don't
in this place?
think you necessarily need to roll to just go up and, like, walk around and the perimeter and get an idea of, like, what's going on around it. And a lot of it you would have taken in if you're there, and I haven't really explained it to you. Mm-hmm. So I'll just go ahead and explain what's happening here as you go up and you walk around. This is sitting up on a hill, and it is. There is only, like, one road to and from it, which is the one that you guys came down. But there was a fork off of it a ways back that you guys, if you backtracked, you could take that fork and go another way and continue seemingly kind of in the direction that you guys need to go. So, yeah. There's really one way to go with wagons in and out of here. If you wanted to go out this side, you could, but in general, this is kind of up on a hill, so there's kind of nowhere to go beyond.
Back.
Yeah.
This would probably be a good place to stay for the night, though, at least outside of the cold.
Yeah.
Could use a good meal.
I want to search for signs of people having existed here or things existing here recently. I'm just kind of meandering around looking for signs of that. I got a 6.
Nice. Yeah, it doesn't seem like much has lived here. You would guess that, I mean, and I think maybe there has been some discussion of the history of this place among you guys that, this, I don't know how long this keep has been destroyed, 20 years or something like that. And it seems like as you're walking around, like, it seems like it has basically been abandoned for that long, and that banshee has been here for that long, basically guarding it.
Does that mean
keeping things away?
Like animals too? Am I seeing any signs of animals? Or is it really just completely deserted by everything?
I mean, there are maybe like some small animals or something.
Rats?
Yeah, like stuff like that I don't know that the banshee I could have a hard time seeing that really care for.
Yeah. I'd probably announce that to the group and be like...
Crows and stuff sitting along that maybe aren't like freaked out. Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems strange that no one would have taken up residence in this place.
Really? The undead and the living sharing space doesn't come naturally.
Plus orcs.
But not even orcs.
It was haunted, Yurik.
Yet we took care of it. Not much of a feat.
I'm gonna attempt. So, divination would be like sort of gathering information that one couldn't see or whatever. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna attempt to use divination to see if there's anything else to worry about. I guess in the keep, or I can sort of sense any other magic presence or sort of non-physical presence. That's a 1.
Yeah, you don't pick up any other presences
Okay.
here.
I'm gonna say that. I don't sense anything else here. It seems completely empty.
I'm gonna look around this place to try and find like a granary or like a larder, or like some kind of room that food would be like anything that it would be salvageable as far as food, like a salting room or something like that. Survival, probably.
Yeah. Nice.
I got a 6.
Ooh,
Hell
nice.
yeah.
And I'm looking for food.
Yeah. I'll say that succeeds with style. Yeah, you do find a like a cellar beneath a like kitchen room or something like that pulls up, and you go down, and I don't know, it's been a really long time, but like maybe some things like grain or something like that certainly could.
Dried, or it could be like canned stuff too, potentially.
Surströmming,
stuff in jars.
Foods.
I look for a cask.
Delicious. Yeah, some buried like shark fin, fermented shark fin.
Yeah. So, when you guys are scavenging, what's the normal amount that you get per successful invoke, or per successful roll? Is it 2? Do you recall?
I don't.
It's been so long since we've done this stuff now. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Guys. No, I can't remember my own rolls.
Yeah, I think it's a bunch of salted meats,
Hardtack.
Yes.
sausages, maybe.
Literally,
suet
the only thing that
sausages.
cannot go bad, hardtack.
What is hardtack?
So it's like a bread that's like extremely dense that has so much freaking salt in it, nothing will grow, and it's extremely hard. Like you can break your teeth trying to eat it.
Delicious.
What most people try to do is they'll break off a little chunk of it, like using like their weapon or something or bayonet, and they'll dunk it in like coffee or something and try to like soften it up,
Loosen it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's the most grossest, salty, disgusting thing ever, but
you can eat it.
literally found like buried, still something to be considered hardtack, which was still edible technically, like a couple thousand years.
Yeah.
Or honey. Honey never goes bad either.
Yeah, find some more honey.
Yeah, so normally it is 2 invokes per like success. You have to get 3 successes in order to come back with some, and then it was 6 that you were coming back like per successful scavenge. So each of those rolls was equating to 2. You succeeded with style though, so you got 4 food.
4 invokes. Danielson.
Yep. Honey and hardtack, baby.
Nice.
I emerged from the cellar.
We got 4. You don't see Yurik whenever you get back.
Hardtack and suet sausage and
Because I've
salted
gone up
meats.
here.
And fishes.
Up on the roof. You at?
Doing more shady shit.
No. I mean, you don't know what I'm doing. Unless you're up there. But I'm really... So you said this is really our way out, right?
Yeah.
This direction.
Yeah, the gate.
I'm really trying to... try to find like the best route out of here, or perhaps even kind of investigate and think about like when would be the best time to leave, or like other sorts of things like that.
Yeah.
I'm kind.
Sounds like you're creating an advantage for the like journey away.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Shall I use my search or something else?
Yeah, you guys probably have some maps too. I will say that you've brought some maps up with you.
Amelia!
Oh yeah, maybe they're Amelia's maps.
Half drawn.
Yeah, I think they need to be.
Our cartographer just died, so
Do you smear a little of her brain matter off of it?
Yeah, you go and collect her maps, and you come up here to the roof, and you like roll them out and set stones on them, and you're like looking out, and you're trying to like get a bearing of like where you guys are and what direction you need to go, and what the best way is.
Yeah.
So yeah.
3.
Yeah, I think that succeeds. So you create a advantage for yourself. I don't know, planned escape or something like that.
Yeah. Best route.
Yeah, sure. Best route.
best route. I like that.
Oh, also,
Find the highlighted route,
Yes.
as your GPS often says.
when next we go to the map, we need to pull up the
I can go right now.
the death token.
Oh yes.
Too, right?
All right.
The gravestone.
Don't forget the
All
calendar.
right. Here is our journey thus far. We've gotten pretty far, and now that people have died, I think we've got this grave token.
Oh my god.
that I have cleverly prepared here. There we
Well,
go.
go to the zoomed in
Zoom.
if you can. There you go. And Northgate Hold is where Amelia died.
Yeah, I don't. 1 second.
Man, she got
Speaking.
bumped off her seat.
Oh, yeah, we have a
Oh, you don't
course.
need to go through.
We do have a course.
That needs to go outside.
I
Can we
feel like
get it?
Lhanji would probably head up that effort.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, Navius is touching the body, but.
Good,
Lhanji's
right.
fault.
Lhanji's not gonna do it, but just make
It's
sure that
fine.
it gets done.
The head's gone.
Lhanji will hold a ceremony for. She'll say some words of bereavement, and then.
All right, we've got our
Your
gravestone
resume clear
Yes.
for the
in
closest
Northgate
thing.
Hold here.
I mean, there's a portion of the ceremony where we say.
Oh,
if
but see, that's
anyone has
tricky on
anything
this
to
map
add,
because
and
we're
I
kind of
imagine
moving
Jim-
around.
Oh, it's moving. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
He's there.
yeah,
to
whatever.
help
You could
with
just
some
do it on the
scented
other
oil,
map. Sorry, I
some
didn't realize
multi-level
that.
marketing scheme.
It would work like that, but that makes sense.
We're in Northgate Hold.
Yeah. And you figured out the best route to go from here.
Cool.
It is evening of the 9th sickle of harvest. Will
Oh.
Map.
the sun is setting and
Wait. What
Have we-
day is it?
Have we barricaded?
the 9th? It's about to be the 10th. So go. You can just go ahead and set it on the 10th. Once
like
you guys
right there?
sleep.
Did we
Yeah,
barricade
the
front
black
door?
the black thing is the 15th.
Yeah, the door's up.
Do we have a thing
Well,
though?
hold on.
We didn't do like a.
They're 10 days. They're in 10 days.
First, we have to.
Okay,
take
and there's
the, like,
person
3,
out
yeah.
The doors, and then we lock up behind us.
You're telling me you don't have a trebuchet to launch it?
We are not launching the body.
God, what is this discussion going on over here? That
Well, I was saying let's batten down the doors. Have we done that yet? And he was like, yeah. I was like, but wait, I want to have an invoke on that as an advantage or something. And she was like, well, wait, we haven't removed the body. I was like, can't we just
Yeah,
use a
we have
trebuchet to
to-
launch it?
In the last hours of daylight, we do a farewell ceremony to Amelia. Was it?
And
Yes.
then we feed Amelia to
Are you
the
trying to roleplay Timothy there?
we
Snowvine.
Snowvine dives
We
into
have to
the hole.
repeatedly shake off the Snowvine who's trying to eat Amelia.
That can be done on the DL.
Yeah. I'm repeatedly like,
Honestly,
this is not appropriate. This was a companion of ours. We should not eat this person.
Lhanji would absolutely
And it's like-
give us
I feel like it's very gurgly in the sounds that I know.
It's like a dog that like has grabbed something and is trying to take it out of its mouth.
the snowball.
Slides back into the snow, and you just see the ripple of it.
Yeah, it's not appropriate during the ceremony, but Lhanji would give a thumbs up to Furla for, like, might as well just keep that resource in the family. We don't want to attract animals of prey to the house. Like, it seems appropriate to bury the body. We're not going to keep it in a place where we know there have been ghosts. That seems like a bad call.
Agreed.
But it's either the wolves or the Snowvine. I'm not. Lhanji definitely would tell Furla that.
In secret, I explain this to the Snowvine. The whole
Wait till
ritual.
everyone's inside.
The whole ritual happens. Amelia's body is put into a 6-foot deep pile of snow, and then as the
rocks
snow is
over
being
it.
piled, rocks. The cairn is being created. There's a visible shifting of the ground underneath it. She's being dragged up.
But it's once everyone's walking back to the keep.
Yeah.
Back's turn. Snowbite comes in for the kill.
Tay definitely has tears in her eyes. She's greatly, I think, still greatly shook by
That happens
the death
straight
of
in
Amelia.
front of
It's right in
Tay's
front of
eyes.
her, and I feel like she feels somewhat responsible, even though there's nothing she could have done. But she feels a bit responsible for how it all started in the first place.
I think Furla is very survival of the fittest and is like, well, death happens in nature, so this is unfortunate because Amelia was part of our company, but also this happens.
Jimothy is bored by this whole fucking ordeal and is more concerned with the rips in his shorts.
Oh my god.
Look at this rip!
Jimothy sucks.
Navius will come and escort Tay back to the castle.
she takes
Silent support.
She takes his hand.
Yeah, Navius is silently acknowledging that a lady of high standing should never have had to witness that.
Yeah, she's real shook. As you said, I mean, she's never seen someone die before either.
You're
never about to see another person die.
compassionate to Tay as well.
All right, so
I was gonna say, I don't know if anyone else has any plans, but at some point when it was appropriate, Jimothy was gonna turn to Hero and be like, "You know, I know some berries that would be around that'd be just perfect for capturing the
Timothy's cause of every death. Inadvertent.
crimson glow of the fire here inside this castle.
believe it's over there, you know.
Did you see it growing up on that tree?
Yeah, well, I'll totally go with that. Yeah,
Let somebody else want to go for it.
Oh, yes, do tell Jimothy.
Before the door gets barred up for the evening.
Well, absolutely, of course. You see, I happen to have.
I mean, the door could be barred up, but there's still like clearly broken
vines
down
or something.
walls.
Yeah.
Like, no, I mean, just you can clearly like walk out of
Is
the
this
walls of the
hero
castle,
right
right?
here? No, that's.
Hey, can we use a
That's
cart
hero, I think.
maybe
This is hero
to
right here?
barricade it or something?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I'm kind of feeling that. Unless we can use rubble. I feel like you.
Hero and Jimothy. Jimothy shows him where this where he spotted these.
Dear God.
It's like
these berries.
Interstellar. Timothy's just gonna push him down a mountain.
He's only merely pointing in towards the way. I think he's got some other things to attend to. I know where this is going.
No, I wasn't trying to say that Jimothy was going to get involved in it at all, other than just the fact that narratively Jimothy would be the person who would pointed Hero in that direction.
I mean, and he's not doing it on purpose. He's not thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's just like
yeah.
he's like trying to bond.
I love that
He's
Jimothy's
like
mind is
trying
on
to-
like, oh, these would be beautiful paints in my silks. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. For my heroics, after all.
Oh, right. He wants a painting of him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He needs his own Napoleon.
So Hero is out gathering some of these berries to make this incredibly dark, like black paint, right? To paint this scene.
How black?
Vanta Black.
Yeah.
Vanta black.
Bringing it back, baby.
I need to get it.
So we've got a fire. We've got a fire going from some of the pine trees or whatever in the area, and
Yeah, if we gathered.
staving off the darkness of this.
Yeah, you guys are
imagine-
camping here.
We made up a cook
Can't-
fire.
Cool.
So,
Eric and
assuming
Ash, I'm
they
guessing.
have time to get back in here,
Oh, of course.
I guess barricading this very obvious hole, is anybody like cool with that, or is that our only escape? I don't know.
Yeah, there's that
there,
hole.
too.
There's like that hole, basically.
What do you think? Do we block?
And there are definitely things like this around, where you can take like crates and like broken doors and whatever and pile them up in a way
Sure.
that you
I
could
feel
make
like
some
we
sort
could
of create
make-
some sort of
Sure,
We
let's.
could sort of just make a
wanted to.
circle,
Yeah.
like a
circle
like
of wagons.
circle of wagons around, and just do the cook fire in the middle, and like everyone stays inside.
Yeah,
The
part
circle. Yeah.
At the very least, I want to like
Definitely,
barricade the doors.
yeah, properly barricade the doors. I don't think it's a waste of time to send all of our low priority NPCs on shuffling duty to at least put some barricades up.
Mm-hmm.
Shuffling duty.
Dolph, the craftsman.
Yeah. Oh, Dolph is still riding the high of the carriage trees.
Dolph is actually built. He's been building ever since we got here. Elaborate, beautiful walls everywhere.
Dolph has designs for how to rebuild this place.
Yeah.
All right.
Dolph wants to buy it.
An elaborate dwarven
So
name.
so anything that anybody wants to do that night, or we're camping.
Does anybody have any consequences that need to be healed?
Yes.
Wait, so what are the ones that go away?
Uncle Jimothy will help you out.
Just stress or mild as well? Mild consequences go away, right?
Well, I think they all have to be treated in order to go away. They have to be healed in some way, but like a mild consequence, if it were healed now, would go away to nothing. A moderate would be. Would it reduce to a mild? And then stay for a while, or I don't totally remember.
It would you would like rewrite it under the moderate, and then it would reduce to a mild after time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you said mild would go away?
Yeah. If it were healed, and
Okay.
it's a like a 2 is what is needed to heal it.
I think Ash would go to Jimothy.
Uncle Jimmy.
Begrudgingly. Very begrudgingly. With a sort of a look in his eye.
I knew you would eventually come visit my I don't know. I fucked that one up. You understand. You understand where that's coming from.
Jimothy, my sister Tay could use some of your whatever it is you do. She has a deep cut that she got from the orc chase, and if you could look after her, I would greatly appreciate it.
Oh my, coming to me for yet another favor.
I suppose so, but it is going to have to cost you after all. But I suppose I could be the generous type and go and attend to your sister's wounds.
Ash just sort of imagines all the way in which he can destroy Jimmy the way he stands in his head,
Instead
but
of
keeps his mouth
talking,
shut.
yeah.
You hate me now, but soon you'll find I am quite the mentor. Alright, I guess I'm gonna make a roll.
Yeah.
And that is gonna be just a 2, unfortunately.
The 2 is actually what you needed.
2 does
Sweet.
it, yeah.
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 So you,
I got
yeah.
So I happen to just for you because I understand the highborn.
What
only-
is
only
the
takes-
what is
academics?
the academics is what's used there?
Yeah.
And a mild one does just go away, right? If it's treated like a
I believe so. Yeah.
yeah.
So I
I could look
Who
that
else
up
has
though.
academics? Is it just Jimothy?
just Jim Jam.
I have academics, but just a +1. AKA Lhanji.
Can you go again, or are we saying that's just like you're limited to a certain amount of heals?
I don't know.
Joshua, how many heals does Jim Jam have?
How many times can I go in this?
Kind of the way
this
that we've been
situation?
doing it is that like each day, each player has like one action that they can do with any their character or an NPC or something like that. Like each night when you bed down, right? And that's been like for scavenging or like cooking or whatever other things. So we should treat that the same way.
Well, I'll go over to Lhanji.
This is Yurik.
Yeah. Ugh, I'm not feeling so well. I was pretty much useless in that fight. Mind if you take a look at my head?
Excuse me?
Just feeling a little weird. Wondering if you could help me out.
Are you suggesting I give you first aid?
Yes, you're one of us, aren't you?
Lhanji can't hide the look of incredulity on her.
Well, if you have a mental consequence because you got scared, right? Then you would use empathy to heal it.
Use a little pep.
Which I also have.
You wouldn't deny one of your family, would you?
Loaded words. Is this intentional, Yurik? What do you mean family?
I just mean we're out here all alone and it's only us versus
What do you know of family? What do you know of my family?
nothing of
Milksmith.
your family. I just only meant that we're gonna have to get pretty close around here. We're gonna have to pull your weight.
It's a man after my own heart.
Yeah.
This is a war zone after all. I can understand if you don't want to. I'll go elsewhere. I've probably got some cooking to do anyway.
Yes. Talk to me after I'm fed.
Damn.
Here it gets started on some. Ooh. Let's see. Ooh. Chicken, which is really just
Tag.
boar meat.
Oh.
Yes, already roasted too.
Dill and lemon boar meat, sautéed with potatoes and kale.
That actually sounds pretty sour.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
I mean, the dill's kind of weird, but I just don't like dill.
And
Unless it's a dip.
that's a cooking score of 5.
Nice. Yeah, that seems like a succeeding with style.
Sweet. So
Never
We
has
get a
an
boost.
expedition into the wastes.
should I add it here or should we create a new one?
I think probably create a new one, but it's one that everybody could tap into.
Yeah.
That's something to the effect of well-fed or whatever, right?
What is your mild consequence again?
Well, Kalima and I both have one.
Shield to the bone.
I will help Yurik.
I was gonna say
don't know.
I have +1 empathy too.
I have +2 empathy, so.
Is this food for the soul? Food for
If
the
you have
belly?
other plans, I
This is wild boar meat.
Wild boar meat.
Boar meat boost.
Boar meat boost.
Boar meat boost.
And I'm gonna
Or meat borscht.
Oh, wait. So
Borscht boost. Boosh borscht.
There we go.
so I have written down
I
here.
think you guys can't read that.
Oh, so I can choose to reduce
I can.
mental stress, or I can choose to reduce the food used. With this.
Yeah.
So,
Can you reduce your own mental stress? Your consequence?
well, yeah, I was gonna do either me or Kalima.
You give Kalima the choicest. The
Yes.
choicest.
She actually
piece.
probably ate the boar before we cooked it. She was like tearing through bone and shit.
Straight to the good stuff, Kalima.
She knows what's
Sucking
up.
out the marrow.
And then cooking is, I know how much that costs.
Cool.
Meanwhile, occasionally you see like a limb of Amelia drift up in.
An ambiguous limb. The snowvine is eating
Yeah.
the shadows.
Who knows what it is? Was that a limb that we saw in the darkness?
We just keep imagining it's a, like,
A tree limb, yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Surely that wasn't a.
Snowvine's just being weird.
Yeah. It's just a carnivorous.
Anything else that anyone else is doing
I'll
that night?
do my empathy roll to help Yurik out.
He's got his apron on and his glasses at the end of his nose whenever you finally come and approach him.
Oh, no, Yurik needs to bring me dinner, please.
Oh, in this
Someone else thought you
scenario,
were
are we
busy.
allowed to roll per day with both characters, or just get to choose one per turn?
I think kind of just choose one.
Okay.
That's what we've been doing.
Yeah.
Just to
Alright.
like limit it a little bit.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Otherwise, we'd take forever.
yeah, that's kind of the idea.
Sorry, Yurik.
I need a 2.
But you guys will be traveling here, so you'll still get a bunch of opportunities.
Sorry, Yurik.
You aren't very empathetic, is what you're saying.
She hangry.
She was adequate.
Does anybody have physical consequences?
Taste got healed already.
You could use the boar meat boost to
The boar meat boost.
Reroll, probably. I got 3 minuses.
Oof.
And a
Oh, yeah.
nothing.
Yeah. So what are you at right now? What's your total?
That would be a -1.
You're at a -1. Yeah, and you needed a 2. So yeah, it would have to be a reroll. What's your empathy like amount?
+2.
+2. Oh yeah, gosh.
I should just reroll, I think.
And you have 3 minuses.
Yeah, although you kind of have like a 50-50 shot, huh?
Yeah.
But you can, right? You can check that to re-roll. I mean, that still seems worth it. And also, he created it, so.
Yeah, seems fair. Pay it forward.
Oh, not that one.
No, boar meat boost.
Sorry.
Boar meat borscht.
Got it.
Well, meat
Boost.
boost.
Does that go away now?
No,
I
it's just been
got
spent.
it too.
Now you have to spend a token on it.
Well, if it's a boost,
it
goes away.
does go
Oh,
away.
it is?
Yeah.
Never mind. I thought it was an advantage.
No longer chilled to the bone. That boar meat
Nice.
stew was warm.
Well, she did say, talk to me after I've been fed, so. Only seems appropriate that
Yeah.
she had to use it in order to
warm-
succeed at being empathetic.
The warm meat warms the cockles of her heart.
Awesome. Cool.
But we have a chat about mortality.
I knew you'd come around. Thank you.
That's what she said.
Anything else?
I've used my turn, I think, for the
Yes.
day. Finding that food.
Eric, anything you want to do?
I was maybe wanting to have just a quick. I think Ash would maybe come over to Furla and just hey, how's the arm?
There's just like a charred stump,
Yeah.
and then a tiny little, little tiny sapling sticking out.
No, it looks good. It looks strong.
Weird.
How does it feel?
It feels like it's growing.
That's good. That's good.
The roots are strong.
The roots are strong.
You know, we've been through a lot, and I know that this has been it's been a pretty rough go. You know, I just want you to know that I know what it feels like to be cast cast out, and you you have a friend here. Just wanted you to know. And he sort of sulks.
Furlough looks down with their hood covering their eyes, but you can see that they're crying on the inside because they are they have a soft human heart beneath all the bark.
I just want to
also. Oh,
I was gonna say, I just want to say you missed the opportunity to say, you must know. I know what it's like, or no, what it's like to be likened to an octopus.
Missed opportunities.
Just saying, 2 puns right there.
Thank you for
Thank you,
coming
Ash,
through and
for
skipping
not
through that.
Just
Two plant-related puns.
I like it. Two
Keith,
kinds of players.
Keith,
man.
I want to remind you that you have in your possession a scroll of some sort that is maybe a spell of nature that you looted from the your witch mother's.
Oh yeah. I have scroll written on my sheet, but I don't remember what it was. It was from the witch who raised me, right? Okay.
And you like tried to decipher it and you couldn't figure out what it meant. But I was like, you do have a wizard in the party.
Thank you for the reminder.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a second. Well, I thank Ash for the kind words, and I have been an outcast since my eyes first opened and the humans of the village cast me out as a curse of the land. So it means more than you could say, more than you could understand to say such words. Also, I have this thing. I don't know. Segue. Time passes.
All right.
We eat. And then I unfurl this scroll and am reading it like in such a way.
That I sort of
Trying
Furlough,
to.
what is this?
Sit down nearby, conspicuously,
You're like-
you're like, hi.
I fully
wish I knew what this was.
I fully understand your awkwardness, but what are you trying to show me?
You go for a bite, and like all of a sudden the scroll is in the way. He's like,
Get out of the scroll.
The thing is, you're trying to open the scroll, but you can't because you only
Oh, I only got one arm. Yeah, totally.
oh, that's true.
Trying to let the weight of it unroll itself, but it keeps just rolling
The
back
snow
up.
vine comes up and like helps a little bit, but actually eats part of it. And I'm like,
Furla, do you need some help? What is this you're trying to look at?
I found this scroll in the hut of the woman, the witch who raised me, but I've been unable to make any sense of it.
Do you mind if I take a look at it? Sort of open it up. What do I roll? Just academics, or
Yeah, I think academics.
I'll see what I can make of it. Yeah, man, that's a 5.
Yeah. Yeah, this scroll is describing a process of. Well, so first of all, the school of magic is necromancy,
Oh no.
and the spell is describing the process of basically like life transference.
Save heroes, save the world.
No.
And there's like added stuff onto it that has to do with like making it work with like a plant rather than like a person, but like transferring life from something.
Oh no! I read this.
no!
and
I have a
feel like
curse of the land.
my eyes get sullen, and
But I don't know this. I'm just like,
Yeah,
what is it?
Yeah, exactly.
Can I lie?
Yeah, totally.
Decide what I want to or not.
Jimothy in the background.
The Jimothy on your shoulder.
Let's take another step toward the Jimothy side. Join us.
I turn to Furla and I see Furla. This is necromancy magic. I'm not very familiar with this overall, but I think what I read here is that this is some sort of life essence transfer spell. But this is unlike any I've ever seen before. This is something completely different. I can't make it out anymore now.
It's concerning. I never thought that Lady Witch would do such wretched things.
Somewhere.
Well, I feel like necromancy, it gets a bad rap, but I don't.
Academic spin.
I feel like all magic can be useful and helpful if in the right hands and used for the correct purpose.
Life is gonna love you.
I know.
Please go back to Deafen World. Pursue that.
Nah, he has to pursue his own path.
The Jimothy path.
Cool for the world.
Do you mind if I hold on to this? I may be able to decipher more with more time.
It would be more use to you than to I.
Thank you. I sort of put it away quickly. Yeah.
The witch's name was Canute, which means white goose.
I love it. What is it?
A goose? Sophie and I have a deep relationship with geese.
Oh.
It's a little too
Because
deep.
they're assholes.
Well,
Yes.
one time we were farm sitting, and on our birthday, two geese hatched themselves, and we named them. The first one was named Baby Goose because it was a baby goose, and the second one was named Tubby because it was the second one. Baby Goose has since deceased
No.
at the hands of predators in the wild, but Tubby is still alive. Tubby
Awesome.
is a white goose.
Yes. Perfect.
Magic.
And we think
We can
that
change them
the
Tubby.
power of the goose as an animal, a goose can be distilled to raw power. So yes, they are animals. Sheep can be distilled to raw hunger. Geese can be distilled to raw power.
In their deep symbology. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
The name Tubi Canute sounds really good to me.
Tubi Canute.
Yeah, Tubi Canute. That sounds really good.
Tubi Canute.
All right, cool. So I don't think there's anything else that happens that night. You guys do hear at times in the distance kind of like orc drums, but they don't seem like they ever come too close to like. Maybe some of you wake up and you get up and you listen for a while, but then they never get too close. Yeah. When you and the last hours, the early hours of the morning, you guys all rest well. And
I'm unfurled alongside the snow vines, soaking up the dawn sunlight, with my feet rooted into the ground
yeah.
to get my photosynthesis.
Well, do you sleep?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
Is this?
I feel like you maybe pass into some kind of a sort of half unconscious state or something like that.
But I feel like it's like dawn, like it's during during feeding time. It's like it has to be during light that I'm soaking in light. So probably I do like watch or something, and then when everybody's getting ready, I'm like,
I think when everyone's getting ready, Tay is sort of looking around and not really helping much, but looking around and looking at people work. And she goes over to Lhanji and she says, "Lady Bree,
What?
oh,
Not a morning person?
Yeah. She hasn't had her coffee yet.
have you
Yurik's making it.
Have you seen Hero lately?"
It's not real coffee.
I don't I have been looking around. I don't see him this morning. Have you sent him out to do something?
Hero? What? No. Hero, the artist.
Oh, an incredible artist.
Hero's not in the. Lhanji looks around like.
I swear he was here yesterday, and
Check with Navius.
We're looking for Hero.
Navius like
Yeah, so
pops up from underneath.
so I was going to say that
Yes.
when you guys wake, well, and maybe if you hadn't seen him around, this can happen either way. But when you find him, he's standing out, looking over what would be a beautiful vista, or it is a beautiful vista, and you see him there painting, and you're like, oh yes, he must be, painting this scene, right? But as you walk up and you see what he is painting a what looks like hectic, and like the brush strokes are everywhere, and this black paint, and it has this it looks like a face of horror that is painted. Like, it almost looks like he has painted death, right? And as whoever it is that's walking up to him, as they like walk up around, they see that his face, and he's all like sweaty, and he's like just hectically like splattering on this black paint, and he is like already in the throes of this.
I feel like it'd be Furla, since you went out to sort of collect the sunlight. You'd be the first to see
We
him.
could have all gone out together.
Yeah.
You all have the moment of being like, "Where's Hero?" And then everybody, or a group of people, go out,
walk out
and find him in this state.
Yeah, I think the usual survival party is Furla, Alexi, and Navius.
Mm-hmm.
As into like
and
scout out first or whatever.
Yeah.
And the Snowvine. So I feel like
And maybe
that's
with Yurik, since
we went to scout
out
ahead.
the way.
Nah. We're making breakfast.
Right.
Jimothy will go in your place. It's fine.
That's okay. Jimothy can give Yurik tips on how to cook.
Alright, so you need Jimothy working.
We don't need Jimothy exposed to madness.
That's fair.
Yeah, I think that
anyway.
try to calm him in a way.
Mm-hmm. I think you can manage to, but in that moment, and as he calms and his like focus on this painting kind of fades, he like basically just collapses into Furla's arms, and yeah, it's like sweating and like shivering.
Ooh. Like Hero is dying right now.
Look over
Navius is just like, another one? Are you serious right now? And we'll try to carry Hero's body back in time, but
Yeah.
Can I check his? Do I need a roll to like check his stuff?
Vitals.
I don't know. I was gonna check to see if there was like a cause of death.
Yeah, I mean, you guys don't know that yet, and I think that's totally reasonable. I know that as players, you guys know that he's been marked to die, but your characters have no idea why this is happening.
I can
So
treat
they
injuries
bring
with,
the body back
with
basically
survival.
into the.
Like, I can treat physical
Yes.
consequences with survival. So
bring the dying
in theory, I could roll.
corpse back into
Yeah,
the
to diagnose.
Such a great idea. Whoa!
I got a 5.
We just flung him in there.
Yeah, well, so you start looking at like his this black paint that's everywhere, right? And then you find like he's got like a little area on like a stump or something nearby where he's got his tool set up and kind of like a mortar and pestle where he's smashed this stuff up and mixed stuff in, and you find like the berries that he's used, and you know that they are absolutely highly poisonous. And even just to the touch, just sinking into your skin, right? You don't even have to consume them.
Oh.
And he's got it all over his hands.
Also, something that has caused painters historically to go mad or blind in the past is that they will use, like, they'll suck on their the brushes in order to give it a point. And of course, if it had, that's where I was going with this.
Yes, that's great. That's great. Sure.
Oh. Yeah, so I see that
And his tongue is black.
it's like in
yeah.
his teeth and like between the two
Don't
teeth.
touch him.
How horrifying.
Oh. Yeah. I convey this to people that he's been using this death berry.
yeah. It is fatal to eat it, and that you don't know of a cure.
Yeah.
There is no known cure.
The blackberry has no known cure. It's the opposite of the good berry. It's the bad berry.
So, but something we don't know is that it, with just the tiniest little amount, brings out a great flavor to, you know.
It makes great ink. You just don't eat it at any point. I mean, we do.
And I think it gives you this like tunnel vision sort of thing, right? And so this painting that he's done of this like surrounding like blackness with this like face in the middle is kind of like what he's seeing, right?
Well, I know that there's no hope for him.
Yeah. I mean, as far as Frilla's concerned, she's like lived in this region, and like if you were down in the village with the Exshaw people, yeah, they would be like,
people have died of this thing before, yeah, and it's been horrible and like torturous.
They probably
madness.
Scold. They teach young children to like we don't get near these things. Like we don't even mess with them at all. Don't touch them.
Yeah, he'll he'll hallucinate and like have like bad fevers and stuff and die within like 24 hours.
Without saying anything, Furla pulls out a dagger from their belt and just.
Glad we're on the same page.
Yeah, I don't think Alexi or Navius would really. It looked grim. So I
Alexi
think,
wasn't gonna save him. He's seen some shit. He knows when
yeah,
he sees a
I
dead
think
man
we're
walking.
good. I think we come back and say Hero was lost.
Yeah, there's a long moment of silence after all the blood and the gurgle, the death rattle, and some crows going, "Air!" And then finally Furla says, "This was for the best."
Couldn't find him. Nowhere to be found.
What do you mean you couldn't find him?
What do you guys do with the painting? Do you just leave it like on the easel, just sitting there?
No,
over
Navius
the...
destroys that. Rapiers. Just slap.
Flashes it up. Okay.
Like it starts out as just like a
Everybody else walks away, and
and
he's
Navius
still
gets
standing
a little
there,
consumed
looking at it.
destroying it. Yeah.
Furla,
Fools! The value always rises when the painter dies!
Furla takes the body of Hero out into kind of the like dense woods in the outlying area. Feeds it to the snowvine, but no one's looking.
I guess it's immune.
I feel like the snowvine's gonna get fed up.
No, it's like,
It's so fat.
yeah.
I can't stop eating now.
Damn.
I just love humans, but they make me so fat.
When you guys get back, is basically we just
I like how it's
didn't
become,
find
like,
him?
little pet shop.
Leave it a
owners.
mystery, or are you gonna tell everyone else? What happened?
Yeah, Navius will take care of that and just say Hero was lost. And I don't think does anyone question Navius?
I think take
Navius
questions.
unrolls the painting.
Take questions. She's.
Keith, throw
What do you
Hero
mean he
on
was
the
lost?
deceased list.
Why are we not going out to go find him?
I think I
He
did
must
already,
not have gone
but
far.
yes.
We have no time.
The present expedition roster shows our two deaths of Amelia and Hero. Slow clap. Slow clap.
This session has turned out to be fatal when I did not think it would be.
Turns out a shriek. Yeah, I think Tay is still not satisfied. I think she turns to Lhanji. Lhanji, what are we gonna do about this? We have to find Hero. He can't have gone far. He was just here last night.
I think you may miss their meeting by lost.
Well, did you see him? Do you know what happened?
I mean, I would roll against you. I guess provoke. Navius is like, full stop. We're not asking questions.
Jeez. Don't get
Hero
into
was
this.
lost.
Eat the wrong kind of berries.
The hazards of this land are many. We found Hero to be irretrievable.
He ate the poison berry. The blackberry that the Exshaw people warned their children about. Is a fate worse than death.
Double death.
I think
Double death.
I think Tay. Double death it is.
double death
Tay
for
sort of
5
silently walks back and just starts weeping silently
Wow.
over yonders.
Dang.
Tay made friends with all the supporting NPCs so that someone would weep for them.
Yeah. Thank you, Tay.
So that someone would.
As we went
She
along,
needs a
we
fate
didn't
point
see it,
for
but she actually liked everyone.
All right, so you guys are traveling
Sort of.
on. Anything else you need to do here?
I don't think so.
I think we don't have to roleplay it, but I think Yurik would have tried to have a heart-to-heart with Ash while everyone was out scouting, perhaps over breakfast or something, just about, like, telling him that he did really well against the Banshee, basically, and that, like,
Right.
this, you know, this stuff gets really hard, because he's comparing to, like, the boat, what happened on the boat,
Oh, right. Right.
and saying that it never gets easier to attack people and whatnot, so blah blah blah, to fight, but you did well, proud of you.
Thank you, Yurik. You did well. Excellent boar.
Nice.
Well,
All
I
right.
feel better from it, and to heal my damage, so
It was a ball boost if I've ever had one.
Kalima got
Cool.
healed by the boar.
yeah, well.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say leaving this place there is an obstacle. The obstacle is that this is orc territory. So in general, it's just like some sort of a survival or scouting role, and you do also have this best route thing here.
I wanna do
so.
Yeah.
That's my
I
job.
feel like, yeah, you'd be leading the way out of here.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yes. Yes.
Boom.
Nice.
Boom. That's an 8.
An 8. Yeah. Well, you're
Oh,
succeeding
And you know
with
what?
style.
I don't know. It's not worth it, maybe. The best route? Tap into the best route. I already got an 8. What's a 10
Can you
gonna
get
do?
better than an 8?
We'll save the best route, because maybe it'll be helpful in some other way.
Although I'd love to see a 10. What is a 10? I've never seen it before.
No, succeed with super style.
Ooh, Super Saiyan
Is it like
style.
epic or something?
Epic.
Is that just a thing? Mythic.
Legendary?
We get all the way to the North Pole.
Overcome.
It's just like, boom,
We win.
we win.
Yeah, I think we win.
Yeah, you succeed and get a boost.
Snap.
Should we just add to this boost? And we
Feeling
can use
confident.
It, we can use it throughout for a while.
What if it's something like, not necessarily like leave no trace, but like we've,
Stealthy approach.
yeah, we've
Silent but deadly.
Stealthy escape.
this is a boost.
Yeah.
Boar meat boost. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, no watchers.
Silent through the trees, or something like that.
How you can touch another person's dice like that?
Keith, can we pull up the map real quick? I need to.
Of course.
I need to actually have a look at it here to see.
Map.
The close-up one.
Yeah.
That lemon deal boar was so delicious.
It's quite
Here, I gotcha.
quite.
I would have preferred mint with my bowl. But,
Okay.
Timothy got
Gotcha.
I think definitely would prefer mint with this book.
Okay. Cool.
Do you have any mint jelly?
Are we traveling? Should we click clip clop?
Yeah, you're gonna travel
so
for
much
2 days. So
Next time we go forage, I think we should
as you guys are traveling for some days.
Are we getting all the way to Torben's camp?
Not all the about there. Yeah, 2/3 of the way.
The rest of the horses.
and twice as quick.
You guys are heading upward.
Okay, wait. What day is it? That's important.
Yeah, well, so we will need to.
This is the 10th sickle.
It's now going to be the 12th.
Oh.
But we will need to do each of those days.
Oh,
okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So we're passing 2 days worth of time here. And so did we mark food consumption for the 10th for that night that we just camped?
I've marked off 4 because
Okay.
I used the other for the boost instead of to limit it. I'm just gonna roll both my cooking so we can
Okay, cool.
make it quick. That is a
I think the conditions are like getting harder here.
Yeah.
You're higher altitude, so it's getting weirder to cook, and it's just
More
generally
difficult
like
to make
a lot
fires.
colder and like windier, and yeah.
Yep.
Conditions are worsening.
What do you think we're at?
We have 2 less mouths to feed too.
That's true.
What is your cooking stat?
What is it?
Like, what's your bonus?
+4.
Just normally is a +4. Yeah, I think this is probably like a 2 at this point.
Cool. So that is a 3.
Okay,
That
so
succeeds.
yeah.
Oh yeah, and we have 2 less mouths to feed. That's right.
Correct.
So how much consumption are we having?
Kind of a
today?
sad,
Still
sad thing to be
4.
excited about.
Maybe. How many in total then do we have?
Well, it makes how many total people?
Yeah, I mean we have.
We had 15.
Pull up the roster.
Yeah, I guess you're right. We had 15, and then we had 9 animals for 24. And each one was basically using 5 worth.
Yes.
So I feel like it's not until you guys get to like having 20
That it goes down.
or 19 or something that it would then go down to the next step, right?
Okay. That makes sense.
Just rounding, it's kind of lazy, but
That's fine. That makes sense actually.
you're feeding horses and all
So
these
that's
other
minus
animals
Everyone's
too.
eating just a
3.
little bit more.
And then another 3. So
Cool. 2 successes.
we used quite a bit of food.
Yeah, do
But
we
I
send
mean,
out any hunting
3.
party?
We can do that now too, and then he'll add them back.
I'll go out with the Snowvine and
Yeah, Navius will give you a
Navius.
boost. Or what? +1. Right?
yeah, so we'll have a +2 from Navius and the
Boost is a
Snowvine.
technical term, so not a boost, but
Wow.
teamwork or work together, whatever.
3, 4. I got a 5.
Okay. I think I was looking for like a 3 here because it's getting pretty like rugged and pretty. It's not necessarily that there isn't life or like animals to be found, but just that it's hard to get around, right? Like the landscape itself is just really kind of treacherous and rugged. So yeah, you got a success.
Cool. Which is 2 invokes or 3?
2.
2 invokes.
2 invokes worth. You have to get 3 successes in total in order to bring back any, right?
All right. The second one. Oh.
I was gonna say, should I? I also have survival,
But you know we have the best route, so that might have led us to
That's
some nice
true.
food.
I'm gonna invoke best root.
Yeah, I'll allow that.
This one looks like a
So that would be a 3, 4, 5 as well.
Okay. Yeah. Then another success.
And the last one is a 7.
Okay, that's a succeeding with style.
is that +1 or
So
a
that would
boost?
be 2, 4, and then 3 on the last one.
Yep.
So 7
Yep.
invokes.
And I think I'm taking 3 attacks for the 3 rolls. Does that seem right?
Yeah. And probably against everyone who's on this
Well-
little expedition, yeah.
Yeah. I'll just say that it can be anybody who takes the damage.
Okay.
I'll allow you guys to take it however you want, right?
Okay. Cool.
Or is it weird because people will have different defense? Yeah, well, they'll have to roll. You'll decide to roll defense. So you guys run into a winter wolf, like the big like D&D frost breathing like winter wolf, right? And it's huge, like it's as big as those gigantic boars, right? It has a I'm gonna say it has a fight of 3 and a weapon 3 if it hits.
Do you want to defend Shell Navius?
I was included in that?
If you want to do
I can
it.
defend.
yeah.
I can defend. I got a good.
So I only had a
We've
2
both
for
got
that roll.
4.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fight.
I got full fight,
Go for it.
so I'm ready.
Go for it. PC.
So
Plus
Uh-huh.
5.
5.
Okay, so yeah, you don't get hit. Next one. I have a 3.
I have a 7.
Whoa.
Wow.
Dang.
Eat it and cleave its head off. Skin it.
Yeah.
Make a coat.
Finally.
Finally, you have
Left
meat tonight?
To replace the silks.
4 on that one.
That one was a 3.
Okay, so you would take a shift of damage of stress. From
Oh,
that,
did we
unless
get
you want
our stress back from the last?
Yeah, it should be.
encounter.
It should be evened out.
One little stress.
Yeah.
Got a claw on you before you hacked it up.
Another scar to add to the collection. Bit of pelt to bring back.
Another scar.
All right.
Yep.
So that was that.
Cool.
We got our food back.
And I think the food that you got was that winter wool.
Yeah.
Right.
We threw
big
it out.
enough that
You
it's
didn't
just
find
like-
anything else to
Right.
like catch, but when you killed that, you're
You
like,
had to
well,
fight for the
all
food.
right, yeah.
I get the pelt. I want the
Maybe
pelt.
we got some herbs.
Yeah.
What we found were herbs, and we were like, well, that's something. And then we were like, oh, we found a wolf.
All right. Any
Yeah,
other
we were digging up
any
some
other people
plant.
who weren't involved in that want to do anything for their day?
I'm just gonna check. I would assume at this point we are out of wine, out of our casks. We had 5 when we started. I'm wondering if I can I invoke my. Would that have to be like during a thing, or can I just like invoke my weaknesses and like
Your trouble.
trouble?
Yeah. No, you can do it at any
to get
time.
a fate token?
Heck yeah.
Yes, yeah, you can compel your character with your trouble and get a fate token, but yeah, you have to be kind of doing something
Doing something that's
bad
Steal some of our
or like
supplies to brew some beer.
you have to be causing trouble. Your aspect has to be causing you trouble in order to get the fate point from it.
I'm trying to think of like something narratively that makes sense.
What are you trying to invoke?
I'm gonna try and invoke like it abuses the bottle to function, and the fact that like we definitely don't have any more wine anymore. We probably haven't for a while, but I might wait until like something's happening to do that.
Well, what if
fate token. The thing that one thing that I
what
could
if you're
think of is-
creating you're basically creating you're giving me a free invoke on it,
yeah that, I guess that
right?
makes
Does that
sense.
make sense, Keith? And does it seem right that it would be one free invoke for one like fate?
Yeah, I don't
Create
know.
a
It's
negative-
off the books, but I
Create
think
a
that'd be
negative
fine.
aspect basically against him to get a.
He already has
Negative
the negative aspect. He
Yeah.
abuses the bottle to function.
Yes.
So if it's just like giving me a free mark of it that I can use against him, then in the moment I can be like, Ash hasn't drank in a while. He needs the bottle to
sense.
function.
Just
right?
getting that like.
And it would be basically giving me the fate point,
right.
right? That I would then be able to use against you in that way.
I think that's a fair trade.
So hopefully, if
So
the
I
dice
get a
rolls-
fate point and you get a fate point, or
I don't actually get a fate point, but I can invoke that against you for free
Which
at some point
Oh,
down
okay.
at some point down the
which
road.
costs the same. It's basically okay. Yeah,
Yep.
I'll do
Which
that.
hopefully
too.
the dice rolls will favor
So you get a fate point.
Come out
Right.
bad.
Yeah.
And I get abuses the bottle as a
Yeah.
aspect that I can tap.
Ash is getting shaky.
All right.
Would that
anything
have been
else?
Something I noticed.
Or
during our
can we just
conversation?
continue?
Probably.
There were
I
2
probably- 'cause
days.
I probably
Yeah,
would
I
have
feel
come
like
to
we
you
did
maybe a couple times.
The
to be
gathering,
like, hey,
he did
can you check-
cooking.
Cooking.
And
double
then
check just to make
Okay.
sure
I
we
feel like
don't have
we're covered.
anything,
Okay.
anything at all.
So
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
don't think. Yeah,
Definitely something
Europe
you're
would
taking
be,
notice because I'm coming to you to try and
so at the end of the 12th
make a miracle.
sickle, you guys have a camp set up. You're about a day away, or a couple days away from Torben's Cavern, which is kind of your last stop, is the final base camp, and you know that before Torben's Cavern, you guys have to ascend Mulson's Climb, which is a several hundred feet tall kind of sheer ascension where there are these like lifts and stuff that bring you up, but it's still kind of treacherous, right? You're camped like a day out from that right now, and it is nighttime. And whoever's on watch, I'm cool with it just being whoever you want to say that it was. Needs to
it was probably me.
Needs to make me a survival check.
Got a 4.
Okay. You hear coming down the road. There isn't much of a road at this point. It is really a totally overgrown path, pretty much, right? And that is actually what gives it away, is that as they're coming down the path, it's so overgrown that there is some noise that is being made as these figures are moving down the path, and they're coming not like from behind, but from ahead. They're coming from the direction of Torben's Cavern.
This is in the middle of the night.
And there are 3 people on horseback. No, it is like you guys are like probably around the campfire, kind of relaxing at this point. Maybe you're in the middle of cooking. Would be cool. You guys are set up around, and also we'll just use the I had kind of set this area up here, so if you guys want to like set your characters up and kind of think about what you're doing, this is just a random night of you guys kind of camping out.
Urik's probably got some coals made, right? And he's got his giant...
We got a couple of campfires here, one with a pot and one with an animal, a big like piece of meat cooking on it from this
Piece of wolf.
from this wolf, yeah.
So from on the rotisserie there's a wolf, but underneath it, sitting on top of the coals, is his giant cast iron. It's like this big around. It's like a 3-foot cast iron pot that he lugs around and cooks out of.
Yes. Gosh, come on.
No! Where would you stand watch?
I think Furlough would be
Up on top of a rock somewhere or something.
Yeah,
Up here.
I think Furlough would be alerting everyone to this situation.
Whatever, close enough.
Ryder's approaching.
Figure it out.
Wait, are you announcing this?
Yeah.
Snowvine not far behind ever.
This. Yeah, I think the snow vine's burrowed into the ground.
When are you just gonna have it wrap around your arm?
I know, and just become my arm.
Yeah, so this is the epic part where he takes the Yurik. Yurik hears this call and
Ryder's approaching.
And takes the lid off of his giant frying pan, and he sorts it, he sets it like it's a giant shield around him, and it's like hot.
It's like steaming in here.
Yeah. But his leather gloves that he uses when he cooks, because he's practically a blacksmith of cooking, keep him safe. But it's hot.
All right, so these figures that are approaching come kind of out of the darkness, and there are 3 of them on horseback.
Said that the
I've moved this out of the way.
That's okay.
endives are now getting so much oxygen to them, but
It's really, truly unfortunate.
that's what it is.
You ruined my meal.
So there are these 3 figures that come riding up here.
And dive. You can get them. They look like a little weird I don't know. It's like
And
it's
one-
the shape of corn. But
One of them
it's like
announces to you all, "Greetings, travelers. Long ways out in the middle of nowhere here, ain't we?"
Might we have your name?
You look over at this person that's on the front here. He's robed in a dark, or like a cloak, a big like cloak that's covering his shoulders and everything, right? Black cloak with a kind of fur lined hood, and a big kind of wide brimmed hat that is blocking his face mostly. But as he lifts up his face, you all see that he has on sort of like a half mask sort of situation where it's like come down to here, right? And it's covering his eyes like a visor. But it almost looks more like as if a metal helmet just came down over the eyes, right? And his eyes are completely covered, and like he wouldn't be able to see through it because it just looks like metal, right? Also, I think probably all of you know what this means. You have seen this before. This is the face of a judge of Oldar.
Oh no.
What's the judge of Oldar?
So the judges of Oldar are
Never trusted a judge.
basically they're like kind of like federal agents. So Oldar is the god of judgment, and his judges are sort of like Judge Dredd, where they are like judge, jury, and executioner.
Literally Judge Dredd.
They carry
The fantasy version of Judge Dredd.
Yeah, and they kind of their jurisdiction has no bounds.
Because they're judges.
They are the
of
law.
God, yeah.
Right? Yeah. Raises his head to you and says, Justice Temperance is the name. Master Milksmith.
You know me.
Everyone knows the
Yeah. Well,
Everyone knows the Milksmiths.
Well, I'm glad you've arrived safely. This place is teeming with orcs.
Navius and Lhanji take a knee.
Yeah, showing respect.
Yeah.
I put the lid back on my cast iron. My endives were getting too much oxygen.
Of course. Says, indeed, and more horrible things around here than orcs, I reckon.
Alexi approaches, not taking a knees.
And what sort of things, good sir?
Oh, criminals? Liars?
No liars in this party.
Whoa. There's a huge neon arrow pointing
up
at
into
it.
the air.
Brilliant! Splendid with light.
You'll find only well-trusted companions and travelers.
In the presence of the judge, Jimothy spontaneously combusts.
I think he's shrinking over in the corner, trying to hide and make his body as small as possible.
Did anyone hear that? Temperance looks at you and says, I think you don't know your party as well as you think you do.
I think I've traveled with my companions long enough to be able to trust them.
Well, I may not have traveled with Master Milksmith here, but I have been hunting him for years, you see. And I am here to take him in.
You'll do no such thing.
Alexi, you are speaking to a judge. Show a little deference.
How do we know this man speaks the truth? Let's see some proof.
Alexi, hold on a minute. Let's hear the judge out.
He
has reasons.
he
for what
rolls
he's
out a scroll.
I want to know exactly what he's got. I need some proof. He could be anyone that he says he is.
He rolls out a scroll and says, I am here to arrest Yerrick Milksmith on accounts of possession and distribution of illicit eggs, particularly of the dragon type.
My God.
Ash throws a glance at Yurik. With like
Such
a
sales,
look in his eyes.
such sales resulting in the deaths of 83 of His Majesty's sailors and the sinking of the sloop, the GRN Grey Squall, on the 12th tide of leaves changing 2 years ago. And every year since then, I have been hunting Master Milksmith.
Lhanji gasps.
I mean, you could have just went to his farm. I bet he was probably there most of the time.
My friend, I fear you are mistaken. Certainly, with such a bold claim, you've got some more proof. I mean, certainly you wouldn't have rode all this way out here.
I've
Otherwise,
acquired all the proof that I need in the accounts, witness testimony, and in my own prayers to Oldar.
It's hard to argue with that.
that is indeed difficult to argue with. But
And I have no quarrel with the rest of you, mind you. You could simply hand over Master Milksmith and be on your way.
We hand him over, you sentence the rest of us to death. We won't make it without him.
Now, I would be happy to give you one of my bailiffs here. They are good men, and they are strong in survival. As you can see, we have reached this point as you have.
Each one of us has a specific role that we were chosen for in order to survive this journey.
Lhanji's like, oh God, he's quoting me so perfectly. I know.
Without this milksmith here, we will not be able to feed the rest of our horses, our men, and make it to the North Pole and back. You sentence the rest of us to death if you take him. If you let us complete our journey when we return, then maybe we can talk.
And let Milksmith ride to the North Pole, to this dragon hatchery, as many have guessed. You realize that is why he is here. That is why he is with you. He may have been chosen as a great cook, but the reason that man took this mission is to collect more of his eggs and to wreak more havoc amongst the people of the kingdoms through his own greed, to gain his own money, his own wealth, without care for who it is that is killed.
You know this man. What is his namesake? Is it Dragonsmith or Milksmith? What does he peddle?
His namesake is death, and there is blood on his hands.
You can check our larder and find no dragon eggs. If he is truly innocent, he has nothing to hide. Isn't that right, Milksmith?
Milksmith takes the tiny glasses off the edge of his nose and gets the smoke and debris off of it. Son, I fear you've traveled a long way to find you are incorrect. I think my party here is going to need to hear a lot more, as I've said, proof of your claims. I have spent my life building a business and creating an excellent life for my family. If you think that I've had time to gather eggs, other than the ones that I cook, of course, you're mistaken.
Can I roll empathy on Yurik?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a +1.
Are you trying to reveal an aspect?
I want to know if he's lying, yeah.
Yeah, totally. So deceive then, Yurik.
Deceive?
Mm-hmm.
3.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. You also could be rolling against this guy.
I was gonna say if you.
I mean, I don't know. I guess he's probably making rapport rolls, and you could be making some sort of a.
I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like I could have used a deceive or reporter, honestly, but they're the same.
I'm going to boost it to tie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm entangled in the web of social intrigue. I gotta know if this is real.
Oh. Yeah.
I've seen people lie through their teeth.
Overcome.
Why don't we
So
use
you
that?
succeed at a minor cost.
Yeah.
So you do learn what it is that you're wanting to know, which, Yurik, she's asking, are you lying?
Is Yurik lying?
Is Yurik innocent
Is
of the crimes the Judge of Uldar is levying?
I mean, you did just kind of say, like, I don't know.
You said
I would
I'll need to
say-
see proof.
yeah.
So you're claiming innocence. Is
Yes.
Yurik lying? Is Yurik not innocent? Is Yurik guilty, as the judge says?
You could also
Yurik-
you could also boost if you wanted
I don't
to.
think I will. I would say that Yurik doesn't seem to you to be telling the full.
He's clearly hiding something,
Yeah.
at least.
But it doesn't seem like what this guy is completely on about is perfectly everything, the full story.
Okay. I mean, I have other things I want to do, but I feel like it's other people's turns.
I think Ash will speak up. Judge, was it? I'm an expert. I've devoted the last many years of my life studying dragons.
Okay.
I've never. Yes, finally. Oh right, I'm a dracologist. I have never seen a dragon egg. I have been to every place of knowledge on dragons and seen everything that I can see. I've never seen a dragon egg, and you're telling me that Yurik here has been selling them? That he's been to the North Pole already and he's gathered these eggs? I think this is ridiculous. I think that I think these claims are preposterous simply based on the fact that you don't see dragon eggs every day just lying around in a milk maker's bag.
And yet, Law 37 of the Kingdom of Gothrland does state that there
Amen.
shall be no illicit sale of dragon eggs. It is important enough to be written into our Constitution. Do not project your naivety onto me, child.
Ouch.
All right. When you guys are ready, but Jimothy's ready to throw some deceit out.
Okay, I think Furla is
Get ready for a lawyer speak.
Furla is still crouching behind these rocks in the scouting position and reaches down and takes hold of one of the trees in this area and just like sends her consciousness. She's bound to this tree. She's like connecting. They're connecting their consciousness to like this web of roots and whatnot that are going throughout this area. I'm creating an advantage with nature magic. I'm just getting connected with this like ecosystem here. And I got a 3.
All right, you succeed, but I'm rolling something.
Okay. Are these pine trees?
Yeah, they're soldier pines, a la George Martin.
Soldier pines.
All right, so yes, you succeed, Furla. However, when you do that, Justice Temperance, his head like whips over directly toward you. He knew immediately when you did that. Somehow he had a way of detecting it.
Detecting magic being used. I just stare at him.
I don't know if he can like see you from where you are, but he's just like totally like locked on your direction and like looking.
I think
like
he
he's trying
can.
to see. Okay, yeah, you're up on that rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. He says, "Ah, yes, I've heard of you. The X-Shop people were happy to give me all of the information I needed about your party, and warned me about your companion. I will be keeping an eye out for it."
Now, you don't need to get Furla involved. I
Indeed, none of them need to be involved if you just come with me, Milksmith. Admit your...
I agree with you completely. If I go with you now, then indeed these people will be safe. However, that tarnishes the Milksmith name. There's no surviving that sort of claim. People will think it's true, and my family and my generations after me will be spoiled. I can't allow this, you understand?
Why do you say
What of the families?
Curdled on me.
What of the families and the generations lost to your carelessness?
Carelessness. Been careful all my life.
That's true. He's very careful.
Indeed, and a master of lies. But you did leave a trail. Small one. And I followed it.
Goat poop.
Yeah.
I followed the goat poop.
I wonder what Kalima's up to right now. She probably senses my...
That you're on edge?
Yeah.
Does she too
Probably so.
detect magic?
She detects soul.
I think there was a moment there when the attention was turned on Furla, and this dude was talking trash about Furla, that you guys saw like a ripple of snow moving around as it moved closer to it.
I say we
Have a cook-off.
leave it up to the group then. Clearly your proof, as you say it, is substantial, and so therefore it's your word versus mine. I think the group should decide whether I'm going or not.
It is Oldar's word versus yours, and the God of Judgment does not make mistakes.
Your god holds no sway here.
True, we're past the.
His law
beyond.
knows no bounds.
So, again, recite the law again one more time.
That
I guess-
no one shall possess or sell dragon eggs.
I heard sale of dragon eggs. I don't think I heard possession.
Well, in the first thing, I said
Kid.
possession or distribution of illicit dragon eggs.
Okay, fair.
Objection.
Never mind.
Yeah. Phoenix, right?
Objection.
Well, so he turns his horse to the side and says, Now, it doesn't have to go this way as it did for your friend." And as his horse turns, you see like one of the saddlebags that he has there. He has this just kind of like burlap sack that's tied, and it's got like blood at the bottom of the sack, and clearly like it's got a head in it. And he's talking to you.
My, that seems like a threat.
Oh, of course it is. Make no mistake, I mean to bring you back, or to see Oldar's justice delivered here today.
As I said, I'll leave it up to the party. I will not spare their lives, or I will not cause them harm. But if they believe in me, then you're gonna walk out of here.
Oh, Your Honor. I am shaken to realize I may have come between justice and its intended target today, for unfortunately, Master Milksmith has signed a contract with me. Would your
Legally binding.
eminence
You're a man of business, right?
speak privately with me for a moment? Perhaps we can arrange a justice that suits both our needs.
Someone's losing an arm.
I can.
Not for La's other arm.
I can back this with rapport if you want.
By my arm.
Put it in the fire. Just a flesh wound.
You just have to burn off the little
Yeah. All that progress.
Can't we just pay a fine and be on our merry way?
I have mixed feelings about this because I feel like I should just let you do it, but ultimately I feel like he has been hunting Milksmith for years, and this is what he is here for, and he will not be swayed. He is a judge of Oldar. Like, if there is anyone that will not be swayed in what they are doing, and that knows with 100% confidence, or at least believes with 100% confidence that what they are doing is correct.
But he might hear whatever she's got to say, but
Yeah.
At this point, if you're looking at Milksmith, he's petting Kalima's head, and you definitely see the ptosis in his eyes. Or just is so. He just looks so. Yeah, he's old too.
Yep.
He's an old dude. He doesn't look.
He says, I will hear you out, Lady Vree, but I will not let Milksmith out of my sight.
Very well. Milksmith, Your Eminence, to the tent.
Yeah, and I think he would want his bailiffs there with him too.
Sure, bring him in. Guys, I've got him cornered.
Ash sends the whole tent on fire.
Yeah.
Milksmith.
Lhanji and Yurik, you're on your own.
Milksmith takes his apron off, this nice little reddish pink cooking apron, and sets it on the.
It's reddish pink from all the blood.
Tells Ash to keep the rotisserie going, then goes into the tent.
as soon as after a few moments of them being in the tent, I'm gonna stay outside the tent, and they left their horses out, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna like creep up to the horses and do a handle animal check and get them to like run away.
Okay.
Free
Yeah,
meat,
we
though.
Give me a roll.
That's fair.
Succeed with smile, so they're quiet about it. No.
I'm at a -1 right now.
Well, that certainly doesn't do it.
Mm-mm.
I was actually just gonna say a 1 as the check.
The horses just.
Well, I also know that you only have a 1, so.
Yeah. I know, but I can't figure out what to invoke. Mystical Tundra Dryad?
I would allow that. Yeah, for handle animal. That seems reasonable. Alright.
So, then I'm at a 1.
Cool.
I love it when a GM's like, just like, I want to see where the story's going to, man.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, inside of the tent?
Yeah.
Does that mean it's only the judge now?
Judge,
Judge and
bailiffs,
or
and these
Lhanji
two.
Lhanji and
Yurik.
Yurik are inside the tent.
I also got to say the Snowvine's there, but underground.
So, Keith, you can make me a stealth check, but he will be perceiving against it.
Okay, well, the Snowvine does have the
This thing is good.
the burrow.
Yeah,
It
I
has
know.
the burrow boost on it.
I know. This guy has a special thing that is allowing him to be able to see it.
Okay.
And you wouldn't know, but
Would not. Yeah. I'm at a 4 stealth.
okay, you might be safe. Hold on.
If not, I can.
You're at a 4.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at a 3. And I'm gonna spend a fate token. Well, I'm gonna spend. He never loses a scent, but it's basically just that he's super perceptive. Right?
Yeah. I'm gonna use the burrow boost. Would have 1 invoke on it.
Okay.
Well, wait, that might reveal itself then. I'll invoke carnivorous snow burrowing vine snake. Does that seem reasonable?
Yeah.
For it to be super stealthy.
Yeah. So he doesn't notice it, but he is looking out for it.
Mm-hmm.
Because he knows about it, because he talked to
He's
the
been
chieftain of the village.
Yeah. He's been told about it.
Exactly.
Like, don't get in a tent with these guys.
And because he has the means to like see it, because he's looking for it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, inside the tent.
I'll make
Yurik takes his hat off.
Yeah.
Bald head.
Are you ready to speak truth now that your friends aren't here?
I've been
To witness
speaking
it?
truth from the beginning, my friend. I'm sorry. I can understand why this would be a convenient time. Everyone, there's a high-profile adventure going on up this mountain, and you securely claim your target, which has one of the largest names in the region.
Enough of these lies, Milksmith!
Yurik.
Lady Vree, you would put your family's name on the line to stand by this criminal?
I'm sure you know I'm not completely clean in the eyes of Uldar. Though I may not be your target, I appeal to your temperance. You are the aspect of Uldar that seeks even-handedness, yes? What options do we have?
Justice is not always dealt with an even hand.
Justice temperance. You do your name dishonor.
When the scales of the world weigh out of balance, it requires more than just an even hand to put them back into place. Is my meeting, Lady Vree.
I hear you. What are options within the legislation of Uldar?
There is but one option, that you accept the truth.
I
and that
accept the truth. Yurik, I wouldn't have hired you if I didn't know you had taken risks in your business ventures.
Ah, interesting. So you admit previous knowledge then, Lady Vree, and an accomplice to his crime.
Well, that was a very quick jump, I think, Master Temperance.
This weasel.
I hired him long after the accusations you bring.
Indeed. Well, we don't need to get your family involved if you simply hand him over. I understand that you are the leader of this expedition, and I believe that these others will follow your word if you simply hand over your man.
Unfortunately, I don't think one of your bailiffs can replace him, and I would need adequate compensation as per this contract.
Well, it just so happens that there is...
I offer you 2 bailiffs for the price of one!
It just so happens that there is a bounty on Milksmith's head. I suppose.
Learning all kinds of things today.
What are we gonna do with money out
Cash?
here?
Well, as a judge of Uldar, I do not work for the bounty. I work for the justice of the higher cause. But I do know that the Church of Uldar has also offered a large sum of money to bring in Master Milksmith by
Interesting.
other sources.
So,
Uldar's hands reach very far.
the map you've drawn is getting larger. High-profile adventure, high-profile name, lots of money have brought my name. It's funny. I'm not sure that all the rest of them will listen to Bree. I have a voice here too.
Then speak, Yurik.
I think it's probably best if you leave.
There were no dice rolls, so I don't really think everyone's prepared.
Yeah, right.
This team was just chased up a mountain by orcs. And if you think they're going to let me walk out of here, who's been feeding them with sustenance, I think you're sadly mistaken. I will no longer play games about these ridiculous accusations. And I've decided my name will not be spoiled, and my team will let me leave.
Your team can try to let you leave, he says, and as he says that, he like unclips the whatever. It's like he doesn't even have one, but I'm just imagining that for some reason he's like, it's like the flicking of the revolver thing, kind of. He's unclicking it.
Please tell me it's a flaming dagger of justice.
He says, "Justice will be dealt here on this pass tonight, Master Milksmith. And you decide, will the blood be on your hands, or will you come with us peacefully? Those are the options."
Lhanji stands and we're gonna go Disney Pocahontas in front of Yurik. Let justice's blade strike true.
What's she saying? That she's standing in the way of him?
Yeah, she's saying, come on. We're taking a risk on Oldar frowning upon the death of innocents.
I don't know. He kind of thought you were an accomplice.
Yeah.
Damn you!
Okay, yeah. So in this moment, there's a flash of movement. You hear like the gripping leather of a glove around a blade, a flash of movement, and the wipe of the screen goes black. And I think we cut to next week and we find out what happens.
Gosh!
Which minor character will take the blow?
Yeah, guys. I get attacked, but hero dies again. Over here.
We get stabbed inside the tent, but a horse falls dead outside. All the horses down.
What sort of mockery is this?
Oh man.
Wow.
That's your cue, guys, when all
that's
the
a
horses
thing.
die.
Oh my god.
Yep. Well, yeah. That's that. Anyone have anything else they want to say, or any sign-offs? We should be running next week. There's no reason that we should be off. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And in 2 weeks we'll be starting on Wednesday Numenera Machine God campaign with our Wednesday group that we
Wednesdays.
Don't do dragon eggs, kids.
and don't eat any dragon eggs or sell them
or possess them. Even.
Don't do anything with them.
Just want to say that we didn't even see like any receipts. Where's the evidence? Due process. Come on.
That's
Absolutely,
like,
but the judges of
gods
Oldar are
They
kind of
never
above
have
all
to.
of that, and that's why they are truly scary. Is because they wield too much power. They are villains in my world.
Lawful to the point of
Lawful stupid.
Yeah.
Justice will be served.
Yeah,
it will be justice of the
generally in the
Highwaymen.
situations they're always like kind of right, but like also maybe they don't realize that these things are being done for a better reason or whatever else, and they're just like, nope, you broke the law and I'm taking you in, and then they're like,
Am I
They're the ones
right
of the
in
world.
thinking that dragon eggs would be super rare?
yes,
Like that's like
definitely.
makes sense that I would have never
I
seen
thought
one.
Ash's
even if
appeal was great.
Yeah,
Right,
I was
right.
thinking on the long lines.
I didn't know if that was
he would
just
have
like
had
a-
to have gone to the North Pole to get him, right?
Right, exactly.
How else could he acquire?
Not
them?
not necessarily. Remember, they
Yeah.
gather here from all over the world. I'm not helping my case.
and it's not
But they
necessarily
have it from
known.
beneath the like.
But
the
I was
rings.
preparing to
right?
roll it.
So it's like there would be some
never
in.
happened.
There are still some
circulation,
dragons that
but,
are
like,
in this area, but not very
total
many.
black-
Most of them have
black
been
market,
driven.
like-
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
that's the idea.
Right.
Yeah, maybe somebody killed a pregnant. Wait, yeah, a pregnant dragon at some point pulled the egg out. Who knows?
I imagine dragon eggs
Sorry.
probably last a long
Or
time.
just
So it's
found-
like they've
just
just
found
been
their-
around
their
for a long
eggs.
time. Yeah, found
Oh, I can't wait to see what you do with this next week.
Yeah, totally.
Who to believe? Good thing you had
Tune
a heart to heart
in
with
next
Ash, 'cause now he's ready to
Friday, 6:30 Central, and see how this encounter with the Judge of Oldar goes down,
Yeah,
and see
man.
also maybe the aftermath of whatever happens with that. What does the rest of the party think about these accusations that have been brought?
Ash is pregnant.
Also, what about this baby?
And who's the dad?
Yeah. Tune in next week to find out.
He's
See you
That's
soon.
why Jimothy
Sign
called
out.
it.
looking nervous.